Hi, I'm Chris. I use they, them pronouns, and I'm delighted to welcome you to Fracture. I'll be your Dungeon Master tonight. Fracture is an experiment for us, our first long-running campaign. 5 new adventurers are flung into a strange new world, lost in the plains, and I can't wait to share all of the strange new things they discover with you. This is our first long-running campaign, so if you're looking for recaps of what's already happened, there should be a link in chat now to our YouTube channel, where there will be a full recap playlist. For those who are new to Dungeons & Dragons, everyone here is playing fantasy characters in a fantasy universe. They all have their own unique characters with character sheets that tell them who they are, what they can do. They mostly roll 20-sided dice to see how well they do things, with 20s being good and 1s being hilariously bad. But otherwise, we are improvising, telling stories with each other, and we hope you'll join us for the ride. When they play all their characters, I play the rest of the world, so I'll be playing every single person they encounter, all of the strange things that we've built into this strange new world that Fracture has to offer. Before we get too deeply stuck in, please meet all of our players, and let's have a word from our sponsors as well.
Hi, I'm Emma. I use the pronouns Em or Emma, and I'm playing Astariel. He goes by Astor or Astel and uses any pronoun. Astel is a bit of a chaotic wizard. He's not very good at studying. He doesn't like it. He likes a lion. And we're going to see how well he copes with the events of Fracture.
Hi, my name is Tom. I use he, him pronouns, as does, Wisdom Din. What about me? I'm 5 foot. Some people call me the tiny tiefling because of that. I like studying medicine. My mum's a medic. So I wasn't always a tiefling. There is a family curse on my head and a voice in the sword that I have with me at all times. But I'm going to go to school to learn how to get rid of that, so everything's going to be fine. Yeah.
Hello, my name is Ed. I will be playing Vuk Kronogorak, who is a Loxodon cleric of nature, uses he, him pronouns, is the first of his tribe to come to Stonywing Hall to attempt to become the mightiest cleric that the world has ever seen. He is a mighty arrangement with a mighty mace and a skin of slate, worships Sylvanus and with violet eyes.
Hi, I'm Lola, pronouns they, them, and I am playing Atlas, wise young Vambo of the woods, the Greenwood Grove to be exact.
Hi, I'm Rebecca. I use she, her pronouns, and I'm playing Cleo, who also uses she, her pronouns. Cleo is an Earth Genasi monk. She's rather shy and not particularly good at talking to people, and she's just left home for the first time, equipped with a giant warhammer and the blessing of her adoring family, obviously, to go off and see if she can have a few adventures.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Hero Forge. Hero Forge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. Hero Forge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of the collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive, cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our wonderful supporters, Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com.
Check out our supporters at D&D Beyond, your guide to digital D&D. Make character sheets online, share them in a campaign, and track all of those tasty little stats in one easy place. You can use the Beyond app to track your characters on the go. You can also use their encounter tracker and archive monsters to run any smooth combat thing. You know what I'm saying? You're a DM, you've done this before. You know D&D Beyond is the place to go. You can also check out our character sheets and exclamation point characters in Twitch chat below.
This stream will run for 3 hours, and there will be roughly a 5 to 10 minute break somewhere towards the middle. We run shows on Mondays, Tuesdays, and Fridays at 6 p.m. Greenwich Meridian / British Summertime, which is 10 a.m. Pacific Time, 1 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, 7 p.m. in mainland Britain, and 2 a.m. Tuesday mornings in Japan and parts of Australia. On Mondays, we run TTRPG streams. These can be one-shots, 4, 6, 8, or even 12 weeks long. You can always find our latest schedule at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg/schedule. On Tuesdays, we have our ongoing campaign, Fracture. And on Fridays, we have our talk show, Talk Together, and Talking is a Free Action, which lasts for 1 hour.
We are Roll Together RPG on all socials, so find us on Twitter, Instagram, Facebook, and even TikTok. Links in chat.
Thank you to our D20 Club on Patreon. You can find a link in chat. Help us make our shows from just £1, $1, or $1 gold piece, and unlock more tiers by joining. Our D20 Club are fab. They've created a fan Discord for us. They've also made a wiki page for Roll Together. You can find that at rolltogether.fandom.com.
Welcome to our podcast listeners. If you also would like to listen to us via podcast, you can search Roll Together RPG on your favourite podcast provider. If we're not there, let us know and we will add ourselves to that list.
Finally, we play with a diverse group of players who play a diverse set of characters with wide-ranging sexual and gender identities. Our tables are trans and GNC positive, and we encourage and champion trans and GNC players in our games. The DM and players may portray characters that are of a different gender to their own, and while we aim to avoid misgendering, we do acknowledge that it might happen. We have a company policy in place for correction, but please feel free to let us know if you think one has been missed. We play safe games at safe tables. !safety in chat will show you what we do, the TTRPG safety toolkit, as well as content warnings if you're looking to avoid certain topics. Grand. Right, here we go. everyone, and welcome to Fracture episode 6?
Yeah, why not?
Oh my god, time has flown, hasn't it? Just, oh my goodness me. Hope everyone's having a good time watching. We're certainly having a good time playing. Let's have a quick recap, although, frankly, there's recap videos. You can watch them all. They're on our YouTube channel, where the videos for these are as well, so check them all out there. Last time the party managed to salvage a Thrycreen ship, although Sevit's dastardly awful people also got involved. There was a bit of fighting. Someone broke parley. The only law of the sea.
Well, I'm going to have this until level 20. You're like, Oslam Din, the parlay breaker. I'm like,
that's why you're now known by everyone.
It's not a catchy nickname.
We'll workshop it rather than
Godless Oslam Din. Anyway, and then you all managed to get back with some of the salvage things, although you had to hide some of it before the click-clacks, which are Sevit's sort of robotic things, arrived to take away more of it. But you got back to the cave. Darvax had a moment of, I was a villain once too, and you all had a moment to recollect on the events of the day. You will all have long rested by the time we start this episode, so feel free to click the long rest button.
Done.
You are all awakening from sleep. We had set up that Vuk and Cleo were sleeping in the sort of, it's not really barracks, it's more of like hammocks and
general area.
Yeah, kind of space. Etlus was sleeping out next to the window, which seems perilous at best. In fact, Etlus, while we're here, roll me a...
This could be the most awful way to start this session.
Episode 6 character change.
So bad.
Roll me a con save, please.
A con? Okay, fine.
Okay.
That's
Oh dear. Oh dear.
And that was when we lost Etelus.
It's an 8, yeah.
It wasn't a 1.
You wake up with a start as you almost roll over out.
I thought it wasn't.
You wake up with a, oh god, and suddenly you wake up and look down, and it's just down to clouds.
Oh, that would be a hell of a way to wake up.
Thinking very loudly to themselves, maybe we don't sleep here again.
There's no one around you. Like, no one's there going, took my sleeping spot, and no one is sleeping.
I just wanted to look out and feel the air and sort of connect to the natural world in a way.
Oh.
And then
do you feel connected to the natural world?
I feel like I just nearly fell out of a window above something that is millions of feet high.
Yeah.
Yeah. What natural world? Is it even there?
Exactly.
Yeah.
Exactly.
That is one way to connect to the natural world at a very high velocity.
High velocity?
By being very scared, yes.
Not like this.
Yes.
Where's everyone else waking up?
Well, I'm in the tent, I think.
Is Cleo still sulking under the covers because Vuk's tactless?
I mean, I went for a sulk under the covers, and then a weird draconic voice was weird at me, which was scary.
Yeah.
So I don't think I'll have come out from under the covers and will have at some point fallen asleep.
The grump sleep, that's the worst kind of sleep.
Much as my performance may not have delivered this effect, the voice was strangely warm. Like it wasn't what the hell are you doing? Like it was very it was trying to be kind and
parental.
warm.
I think regardless of tone of voice, it's still a voice in Cleo's head in a world she doesn't know, in a language she didn't know she speaks, going, "Where are you, child? Why are you in the sky?" So I'm going to go with she is spooked.
Shooketh.
Uslam, where do the pack breakers sleep?
Uslam slept in the tent as well because we were having a little natter before bed.
Oh yes, I forgot. I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Yes.
That does make sense.
You sleep well?
No, because I think everyone thinks I'm a bad guy, and it turns out I'm right.
Someone had to take the heat off Etelus being the party bad guy, and it was your turn.
Yeah, let's pick on the tiny demon and just go.
You picked on yourself.
Self-inflicted, like so much in this game. Yeah, no, I don't think that's...
Etelus was okay being the bad guy. They're just going to do better next time.
classic Ember attitude.
Shooting the murder
Sometimes it goes wrong, then you try again and don't do wrong.
I'm going to break every law known to man, oh God. I'm going to cut the tags off mattresses. I'm going to take alligators to fire hydrants.
Oh, you desperate
I'm a
fool.
wrong un.
Anyway.
Breaker. Yeah, no, back in the tent in the hammock.
So the four of you are waking up probably around the same sort of time. You all slept for similar sort of time periods.
Mm-hmm.
Apart from Vuk, who, as we picked up last time, doesn't need to sleep anymore and may even struggle to.
But tries nonetheless. The habit is a hard one to break. There's a whole 8 hours which needs to be filled with something.
Okay.
You learn to play the piano, right?
Yeah, exactly. Something like that. There'll be hobbies.
So imagine what kind of bizarre honky-tonk nightmare piano would be in this place. Right.
Donk, donk. Yeah.
Do you discuss anything when you wake? Do you have any particular plans for the morn? It is morning, where most of scavengers scav at night and sleep in the day. You appear to be scavenging during the day and sleeping at night, which is, for the moment at least.
Have we still got, do we have to go to the food bank, as it were? Or are we still working off our own supplies?
Etelus can make good berries every day.
Perfect. So
if Etelus chooses to make good berries every day, that is not a presumption.
No.
Etelus will make good berries every day, but I mean, we kept some rations back, so we'll probably actually just give one whole lot of good berries to the camp.
Okay.
Today.
But what I mean is we haven't got to the point now where we're all feeding with them and worrying about whether that runs out or not yet. That's what I was asking about.
I haven't been keeping track of your rations, so you'd have to tell me. But in terms of food...
Do you want us to keep track of rations?
No. Sorry, that's not what I'm implying. It was just more the status of us within the camp, because at the moment we're people who are supplying food as opposed to people who need food.
I don't think they know that we still have rations. Like, we presented it as if we had given all of our food.
You were given some of the sort of featureless ration stew, and you also brought back quite a lot of food yesterday. So I think currently the camp's going through what might be described as a food high, in that there is food for everyone, at least a little bit. So nothing to worry about on that front.
Cool. Okay, that's what I want to know. Is the sort of, because
it's probably less than you lot have ever survived on food-wise, as in it's a meager compared to what you're used to back in the bounteous land that is Faerun, apparently. Comparatively speaking, but I don't think any of you will be under any ill effects. No.
Cool. That's what I was checking. It's the thing of I feel like, look, if there was obviously. He still wants to go out and get food now because that would be helpful to the camp, but there isn't a sort of urgent, for God's sake, let's get food, otherwise we're not going to have any yet.
No, not as far as you can tell.
Cool.
In the video game, food is all the way to the right.
Yes, that's what exactly.
Medicine, a little bit more.
It goes to red, yeah exactly.
Entertainment, go find some board games, but yeah.
Haven't found any board games yet. No board game ship crashed yet. We're from the land of risk.
Oh no, my Monopoly!
Amazing.
Do you discuss anything with each other, or are you just sort of rising into the day, idly?
I think Vuk prays when he gets up. So it doesn't take long, but there's a whole sort of ritual to getting up.
With song?
No.
Praise to what?
It's the reliquary that he has.
Because Sylvanas ain't here.
You can
I
still
understand
pray.
You can fly. It's fine.
Yeah. The idea is that there is still a ritual to be gone through in the morning. So Vuk is indulging in that, and it's not loud and it's not got song. I'm not doing that again. Too much like hard work.
It's just important to Astel.
Yes.
No one sings before 8 a.m.
Yeah, I feel that's completely reasonable. I'm totally with that.
10 a.m. for Astel. Come on.
Everyone needs to shush before that. That's completely reasonable.
Anything in particular you're discussing or doing apart from Vuk's little... Wait.
I look around going, Etelus?
Well, they wanted to sleep by the window.
Oh, that's not a good idea. They fall out of trees.
They also wanted a hug, but I wasn't... I'm not sure... Is hugging a...
I sit down at the table and I'm like, right, let's get to this.
I sub you in. You go hug Etelus.
Awkward finger guns. Such a weird eye. Yeah, I'll go find Atlas and like, please don't fall out the window.
Atlas, what are you doing now that you've not fallen out the window?
Oh, I've made my way over to where they're serving food, or I've now forgotten the Arvin's. Yes, find Arvin, handed in 10 good berries. Yes, I'm spending a spell every day to feed camp.
Remind us how you grow your good berries, because it's wonderfully.
So it's on my bow, which is made of the woods from family trees, and it's basically concentrating incredibly hard on that. So from the wood and through the carved what are they called? Like carved divots in it. Like vines and leaves begin to grow and bear fruit, and it's kind of plucked off that, and that's where the good berries come from.
I had in my mind more of a sort of like tragophobia, like sort of little holes just sort of pops out.
No, God, no. No, that's horrifying.
Lovely family thing. Yeah.
I really like that. Okay.
How you get your berries is entirely up to you.
Just I like the weirdness of it. Okay, good. You can hand those off to Arvin, who will, as always, know what this is and be very grateful for it, and wish you a pleasant day, as always. You can head, but listen, you can find the camp's not big, folks. It's you can easily see Etelis and see Arvin as you wander past towards the window.
I do like the alternative that I'm just standing by the window, full on sobbing, going, "They went out the window. My best friend's gone." And then turn around like, "Oh hey,
oh thank God! I've been through so much this morning already."
Great.
Oh dear.
If anyone's not really discussing anything or having any kind of major conversations to have, then if Uslam and Etelis, you're currently moving around, so it seems like the most fitting that you encounter this. Darvex will move over towards the two of you, catch your eye, Uslam, and yours as well, Etelis, and just step over and go, is everyone else getting up now? Do you have a moment for a conversation?
Yeah, we're getting up.
Yes, I suppose so.
Could you bring them all to my tent when you're ready?
Sure.
Sounds very ominous.
That's just my tone of voice. I
heard there was a parlay breaking.
We need to discuss this.
You say, "Oh look, a puppy party."
Come to my tent. There's puppets.
They're not puppies. I can't stroke all of them. I can't touch.
Okay.
Are you all going to reconvene and come to the bloody tent?
Yes.
Yes. Cleo's going to make her bed incredibly neatly and then go make everyone else's bed and then join them in the tent.
Astel,
do you do that after everyone's gone? Sorry, just quickly.
I think she will assume you're making your bed, and if you don't, she will just do it for you.
Okay.
Astel absolutely
doesn't make.
Does not make.
Cool.
I think the book might get slightly overwrought about someone interfering with his bed, but provided he doesn't see, not a problem.
I'll do yours last when you've gone. Is that okay?
That's what I'm thinking. I think it would have been made aware. So provided you do it out of my sight, then it's fine.
This time.
Yes.
Astel does one of those, you don't know how, but the duvet is just in a pile in the middle, and the pillows are at the wrong end of the bed, and everything is just wrong.
I know how.
Crash monster.
Shush, Chris, I'm playing a character.
This is not real at all.
I'm acting right now.
Yeah.
How is it upside down? Never mind. If you all head to Darvex's tent and head inside, Darvex is patiently stood waiting for you.
Morning?
What morning?
We're not in trouble or anything.
Oh, no.
Right, good.
Far from it. Excellent. You've done so much for us already.
Oh, well, nothing out of the ordinary, I'm sure.
You must have better qualified people than us here.
Yes.
Right? We're literally on our first day of school.
Well,
there are those who survive the crashes here. A, there aren't very many, and B, the ones that do tend to be good at a certain kind of work, and well, they're smugglers, they're thieves, they're, you know.
Isn't that the kind of thing required
for scavenging? Yes, but for casting spells, for things like that, not many spellcasters down here. They tend to have, I believe it's called fewer hit points.
Squishy.
Tend to be a bit on the squishy side.
The powerful ones just said bye.
There is that too.
Oh.
Well, he also said that all the wizards jumped out the window, which makes total sense. Like, they would just go.
I may have overstated that. Like, there's been a couple over the last months. Like, anyway, tea. Would you all like tea?
Yes, very much.
Yes, please. Thank you.
Gatecrasher is bumbling around in the background, just doing nods and sods, and will hello wave a few times and then get on with what they're doing. Daleks will come back with a tray with 5 teas on it and place it and hand them all out. The cups are obviously completely mismatched. Now, speaking of your lack of experience, well, there's no easy way to put this. I have something big to ask of you. You are, of course, welcome to say no. It is not a requirement of your staying here. We don't have that. Anyway, I and some of the other scavengers are going to be going to the Sevit's place tonight.
And
with a view to destroying it, or what's the end game?
I don't know. We have been planning for a while to try and find out more about the place. We don't need to necessarily assault or destroy, but we know next to nothing about it. And when we send 1 or 2 people, they don't come back. So we don't know what happens to them. Yes.
What about sending a cat? Or a spider?
Sarah.
We as said, Estelle, we don't have access to many spellcasters, so...
I'm just thinking, like, the 3 of you could go in. I assume it's 3, I don't know, you never actually specified, but, let's assume it's 3 of you could go in and have a look, or I could send my spider, and spider could have a look. And then report back. And even if they kill the spider, I can just summon him back, I assume.
It's an option.
It will take a lot of persuasion. He hates being a spider.
I'd like to have a look at the place myself. Obviously, I don't want to put myself in danger if we don't have to, but I'd like to see what was going on.
We are now... Yeah. Sorry, listen, go ahead.
I was going to say, we don't... You're going to get to this, but are you asking us to stay or are you asking us to come with you? Because I can see either. Yeah.
We have roughly 12 able-bodied scavengers who are good at sneaking around.
I'm sorry, even 12 very sneaky people all going together will not be sneaky as a group. You can't be like, here are the 12 people. They're all behind one pillar. Relies on there being a corridor with 12 different pillars.
Astor, no, you're missing the point.
Right, okay, sorry.
If 12 of us go, there's a higher chance of one of us getting back.
No, you're wrong. If 12 of you go, there is a lower chance of any of you getting back because they're going to discover you.
Also, if I'm one of these 12, I'm not sneaky at all.
When we've sent 1 or 2, they don't come back. I don't know how to stress that enough. We find out nothing and lose able-bodied people.
I really think you've ruled out the spider option too quickly.
I haven't ruled it out. I just hadn't considered it until this point.
Okay, plan C is spider. What do you want us to do, boss?
Well, see, that's the thing. You could come along and we leave some of the others behind so they can support and look after here if we don't come back. Or you could stay here and look after the camp while we go and do this. I should say that there's a reason why there's time pressure. we keep track of what's happening in Sevit's place. And we've noticed that sometimes smaller craft come and go, but there's a big one about a couple of miles long. It comes roughly once every 50 days or so. And the next time it should be coming is tonight.
And you want to see what it is, or this is all reconnaissance?
We don't know what it is, but if we're going to get something that gets us off here, potentially, or find out more about what the world is beyond, having something big there, also potentially distracting Sevit and some of Sevit's people from anything else that's going on, seems a good opportunity.
True. I'm very up for this, but I don't wish to speak for the rest of the group.
But so something comes and arrives, and how long does it typically stay? What?
About a day, usually.
Oh, okay. So it's not...
I mean, logically, if you have to send people in because you don't like the spider idea, then you should send us because we have a wider range of skills. If you send 12 sneaky people, they all have the same skill set, and if one of them gets caught, they all get caught and they all die.
Vok did make a good point earlier that you are more likely to be discovered, and it is less of a reconnaissance mission and more something else entirely.
But only Vok. Only because he's so clunky.
What sort of thing entirely?
I could be a distraction.
That's the thing. If there's 5 of you up there against... We don't even know how many people Sevit has. We don't know what kind of army you'd be facing. And I wouldn't ask you to take the whole place out by yourselves. That's clearly madness.
Clearly level 5 stuff. Sorry. Yeah, not even. Yeah, no, I can imagine.
All I am saying is there is a plan. It's going ahead tonight, and I want to know what part in it you wish to play. That could be coming along. That could be staying here and protecting everybody. Or we could use your skills in ways I'm not aware of that you have. Spider. Like your spider idea. Yes, Aston.
Sorry, was that the point you were trying to make, Astor? You just spider plan again?
I really don't see why this isn't just the perfect solution.
Well, how far away can we be from Samus?
Well, theoretically, he can go about, how long is this cave?
How long is this cave?
Yeah.
That's a question, isn't it?
Maybe 500 feet, that would be useful.
Yeah, it's probably 500 feet in some axis, yeah.
He could go to that corner of the cave, and I would still be able to see through his eyes. He could go further than the corner of the cave, and when he comes back, he can tell me what he saw.
But you say he doesn't like doing this?
No, I said I'd have to do some persuasion.
So, but if they discover Samus, how would you know if
Samus at this point has jumped onto the table and is just looking at you all with a kind of, what now? I will note that Samus is doing that thing, Cassie, where it's going, there's a cup on the table, just raising its paw and going...
I'm ready.
If you must knock over tea, knock over mine. Anyway, well, if he dies, gets sent back to the celestial plane...
I'm not sure if he does.
Yeah, no, I know. That's the only downside to this plan. But it's a spider. They're not going to notice a teeny spider. And even if they do notice a tiny spider, it's a spider.
Have you seen any wildlife around here?
That is true.
Yeah.
Well, the bug. I saw the bug.
There are bugs.
What bug?
No, the bug.
That's.
Oh, bug's his own thing. Don't worry about that.
I'm not sure that's wildlife in the classical
If 12
sense.
of you want to go in and die, that is entirely your prerogative.
In which case you're staying here.
I feel like that seems like the poor option. Maybe we just leave Vuk.
All right.
I'll stay with Vuk, because I also clink and clank. I don't think it's fair that Vuk just gets left by himself. Although I can fly, so there's that on the plus.
That would be useful. I do see that I'm not... I mean, I could definitely be a healer who remains here and then heals people who come back somewhat.
Vuk, let me see if any of the other scouts have anything that might be able to help you.
Look, I don't... Why don't you just take the armor off?
I'd be naked. Well, All right. Is that would be useful?
Just for this, why don't you just take the armor off and then it won't clank? Same question, Uslam.
I'm no expert, but Vuk, I'm guessing that without that armor, you are pretty squishy. Yeah. I don't think that's a good idea either. Let me see if the scouts have anything that might be useful. It's always possible. Or maybe someone's found something that could be useful. We can get all sorts of strange stuff here. And
I mean, if I had armor that actually fit, that might be useful.
You can probably find some. Yeah.
Thank you.
Nice.
And also, I'll be coming with you, obviously.
Oh.
Yeah.
Right.
What if something happens to you?
I wouldn't ask you to put yourself in danger. I wouldn't put myself in first.
Then everyone here would be stuck without someone in charge.
There are scavengers here who I trust who could keep the place running, I suppose. We've got to do something.
Is the sentiment... Sorry, Claire, you go.
Sorry?
No, I think Asta will say it better than I would.
Well, I mean, I'm basically just saying what you said already, but like just the fact that you insist on going means that you should stay.
Why?
Because no one else is in this tent insisting on going.
And we clearly don't have a choice, because when the person in charge says, I want you to do this really difficult, dangerous, nasty thing, but obviously I won't make you, you know that you don't have a choice and you have to do the thing. Otherwise life gets really unpleasant and everyone's really mean to you. So we're obviously going, but you don't just keep the place running. You have ideas like this and no one else does. So you need to stay and carry on having ideas like this. Otherwise everyone else here, I think, will die. Also, if we get caught, we could say things like, oh no, after we accidentally killed your people, we realized they were making a really good point and we want to join you now and maybe not die. Whereas Sevit would never believe that from you.
That's very true.
You wouldn't just get yourself killed, you'd get all of us killed as well.
I mean, I've never met Sevit and Sevit's never met me, so I could play the same card.
You are the pirate skeleton.
You said that none of your people have come back. How do you know how much information they gave before they didn't come back?
That is true. Yeah.
Sorry.
No,
don't apologize.
Now it feels like I've called you in here to say I've got a crazy plan and you've gone, we'll do it for you.
I think to put a slightly different spin from Cleo's very depressing version, sometimes when the person in charge says do something, you do it because it's the right thing to do.
This definitely feels like the right thing to do.
It's proactive. It changes the status
Gets us
quo.
out and about.
I've never seen a ship that's 2 miles long.
True.
Are we stealing the ship as well? Is that part of the plan, or are we just taking down Sevit?
How?
No, I don't think either of those things are part of the plan.
Yeah, that's not the plan at all.
It's definitely stealing the ship.
Okay, that's okay. Maybe I should say.
How to fly a ship?
Should we blow up the ship as a distraction?
No. I mean, maybe.
We can.
This is the supply teacher. Kids, we're watching a video. Stop it.
This is the first moment of true party cohesion of anarchy. It's great.
Who's got the highest passive insight? It's either Vuk or Betulus, and I can't remember.
I think mine's 15.
Mine's 16.
Oh, no, it's clear.
Yeah, it's
You're right,
definitely
clear.
not me.
Monk.
Where's the thing gone?
Is Darvax strongly regretting their choices?
Just rubbing their skull.
The temples are getting a bit of a workout.
Should be.
This goes, okay. If you're going to do this, then we need to make a plan. All right? I'm not saying you have to follow the plan. I'm saying we make a plan and you try and stick to it. How does that sound?
Right, that sounds very sensible. I mean, we've not tried making a plan yet, so maybe making a plan will work.
Okay.
And we don't have to try very hard to stick to it if it's not a good plan.
How will we know if it's not a good plan?
Let's make the plan first and we can decide on all this afterwards.
Okay, so...
We're going to make it and then decide whether it's good or not.
Yes.
Well, no, if we make it and try and follow it and it's instantly impossible to follow, that means it's a bad plan.
Yeah.
No, it just means that a plan hasn't survived contact with... the situation.
Right now, if we made a plan that the best way for all of us to survive would be to jump out the window and flap our arms really hard until we floated to the ground, that's clearly a bad plan, so we shouldn't.
Actually,
if we make a bad plan, then we'll make a new plan once we decided that the other plan was a bad plan.
More plans is not a bad thing.
Right.
Do you have a plan, Darvax?
Iterative plans.
Does it involve the spider? Sorry, Sam.
No.
I think we vetoed the spider, didn't we? Poor Sam.
Samus just gives you all a look like, damn straight, and then gets on the table again.
Damn right.
Okay, so the chains all connect to various points. We can see there's entry points at all of those. Beyond that, we don't know what's going on. But we also don't know how many people are in there. We don't know how many of those robots he has access to. We don't know much about it. And we need information. This is not about stopping Sevit or about trying to find food or anything like that. This is about finding out what's happening in there and coming back and telling us. That is the most important thing. We need to know more about what we're up against, because it's been years. And in that time, I've seen a couple of different people. I've seen loads of those robot things, but he's never found us, which is
He's
strange
clearly
to
incompetent.
me. Sorry?
He's clearly incompetent.
Either he's incompetent, he doesn't care that we're here, which we're pretty sure is not the case, or there's something else going on that we don't fully understand. So any information about that is good, because it means we can maintain our survival.
Maybe he really doesn't like tunnels.
Maybe.
Or he's got that. What's the name for that thing when it's full of holes? When you're
Triskaidekaphobia? No, that's 13.
Trypophobia.
Trypophobia.
Yeah, if there's lots of holes, then it's a problem. That might be the case.
Sure.
We'll put it on the board as a possibility.
So
he's a well-rounded villain. He's got phobias and everything.
Mm-hmm. So the more you can discover, the better. And this ship, every 50 days seems to be meaningful. Like, is that some kind of month here that we don't know about, or some kind of measure
Maybe
of
that's
time?
how long it takes to go to wherever they're going and then come back again.
Maybe.
But with what? But we need to know all of this.
This is information that we don't have. And frankly, the smaller craft that dock and go away might be able to take some of the people here, but nothing as big as that ever does. So if that's going to be our ticket out of here, we need to know more about it and what it is and where it's from and all the rest of it.
I thought you didn't want to leave.
I don't want to, but I want people to be able to.
Okay.
I think it's not a bad idea to have at least a group here, because if people keep crashing here, for them to be scooped up, I think, But if we can move people on, that's also good. But
I'm going to say it again, it's a reconnaissance mission. That is the idea of this. It's to be quiet, be unobtrusive.
Those two things are really hard.
Sorry?
Those two things are both really hard.
Which is why I was going to take an army of sneaky people, and hopefully one or two of us would get back. That was the aim
I
here.
just think the collateral damage on that is just foolish.
We should all be able to return. I have every faith in us.
I do see Darvax's arithmetic. If ones and twos keep not coming back, that is 100% death rate. Whereas if you send 12 people and 2 come back, that is better than that.
You could have gone for 10, then you would have been able to say 20%.
Yes, the woman controlling what I say thought of it slightly too
However, 10 deaths is still 10
unacceptable
deaths. Whereas there are 5 of us. If 5 of us die, that's still only 5. I mean, you won't know anything, but...
Would you be offended if I asked a couple of the scavengers to travel with you?
I think that's a good idea.
Just to try and help with some of the sneakiness.
How are they going to help us be sneaky? Are they going to, hold Vuk's armor in place so it doesn't clank?
That would be great. Well, I see. Sorry, you weren't being right.
Again, a solution. Here's a problem, here's a solution, yeah.
Look, one of our scavengers has an ability that makes them harder to see, and helps them make other people harder to see too, so they can... You've already met Terry. Terry can do that, so Terry will go.
Oh, great. Yeah, we'll take
someone
Terry.
who had that.
And then alongside Terry, you can also... I'll send one of the ones who's a bit more...
Do we get like a menu to choose from? Do we get to scroll through and look at their attributes and pick?
No. No.
You get Phil, who's just standing in the corner, like, "Hey guys."
No, one of our scavengers is has been here longest and is very experienced and is quite good at the whole fighting thing. So that might be quite a good way to make sure you have some kind of backup and support.
They're called, if we know.
Gorn.
Terry and Gorn.
They are now forever Phil.
I'll introduce you to Gorn when they get back from the day, and then.
Yes.
So they're going to come out with us without resting.
They're going to have. Oh.
It's going to come straight out.
Gorn thought that they would be out tonight anyway, so they are coming. Most of the scavengers are coming back early to make sure they're ready for tonight. So.
Yeah, we need to swap schedules.
I agree.
We need to move on to the night shift.
Okay. Anyway, great. Then, if you get ready for tonight, you can. Camp's yours. You can do what you like. But
can we just like time skip?
Practicing sneaking.
What was that then?
Time skip.
Find a skip.
Time skip.
Nope, we must laboriously roleplay every in-game time of those 12 hours. Please describe the texture of the food we eat, Chris.
We must have a montage of like fucking Islam getting new armor.
Makeup.
Just a montage. I want to hear every of the conversation.
No, that's not going to fit at all.
Who's taking watch? Describe your watch, minute by minute.
That's a very small cup. Good.
Gosh.
The only thing I would like to do in camp that we haven't been able to do yet is go and hopefully not prod some of the cybernetics people, but it's Astle, it might happen.
The cybernetics people? Do you mean as in the ones that are made out of
people who web cybernetics?
Ah, gotcha.
But I don't need to do that right now.
No, but you've got a day, you've got time. So Astle wants to talk to people with cybernetics. That's totally fine.
I feel like please
don't communicate that you're doing that.
Yeah. Please, can someone come with me to make sure that I don't accidentally insult anyone?
Tact master is there for you.
Oh dear.
I mean, I can't help with the insulting, maybe, but my metal family sort of, but very differently. So I would be interested in seeing how they are, how they feel, how they are made of metal, if they're happy to talk about it. And maybe if you're so rude that they don't want to talk to you, I will look not rude in comparison.
That's not what we're aiming for, but sure, it works.
You could give me your questions in advance, and then if they do not talk to you, I could ask the same questions, and that way you get the same information.
Oh, I can just whisper them into your head.
Was that you last night?
What happened last night?
No.
Wait, what did you receive a missive in the night?
Sound really seductive and call you darling, because
No.
I take a couple steps forward. If that's what's happening, then we're both in trouble here.
No, Islam, is there something you want to talk about?
Just the sword in my head and the voice in your... I mean, yes, there's all sorts of things I want to talk about, but...
Okay,
let's focus on you.
Sorry?
I know, I was saying am I the only person who doesn't have a voice talking in their head, but I don't think...
I was probably... it was probably just a dream. It was nothing. When Astle said it could have been him, but no, I was probably just having a strange dream.
Sorry, you were talking to me, and I was a little bit lost in the.
Oh, I wasn't really. Uslam said that there were lots of things he wanted to talk about, so I suggested he went and did that with you.
Oh, Okay. Well, I was going to offer to come with you, but I'll have fun talking to you.
No, the more the merrier. Come talk to the cybernetics people.
Rustin could talk to the wall or his bug or where his sword.
Uslam's actually good with people, so he could come with us and make sure that none of us say anything rude.
He's right there.
Also, I've started taking off my armor, so I'm half dressed. Just.
And now he's half naked, so we'll be even more persuasive.
Don't think that's how that. All right.
Maybe we leave you to find some new armor, both of you, and
all right.
We
Happy to
go.
do that.
We'll report back.
Yeah.
Good. Okay.
Yes, that's fine.
Yeah.
I feel like this. I will leave this armor here, and we will be sneakier all together.
Yes.
Yes. Also, you'll actually be able to walk. I noticed that you're sort of shuffling.
Sorry, that's Ed's reaction, not Book. Because I happen to like the way I walk, but if you think it can be improved, I will.
You're not using your full stride. Oh, why is Asta like this?
No, I see what you mean, and for sneakiness, a wider leg spread is probably a yes. Okay.
I regret this conversation. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay.
Right. Okay. You go talk to the cybernetics. We'll go do a fashion show. Good show. Good show.
Look, while you have your armor off, maybe there's someone with a sewing kit who could maybe.
And walk out the den going, I already did that!
Sew the hole together.
Yeah,
I thought we'd already done that.
Uslam already did it.
Cleo has been averting her eyes this whole time, so wouldn't know.
Episode 3! During the break!
Right, let's do the easy one first. Uslam can have fitting armor.
Hooray!
Hang on, let's do some rolls. Can you roll me a D100, please?
Absolutely. Come on. Roly, give me some good armor.
I think
my dice rolled over the top of each other.
That's not a good sign.
That's never a good sign.
That's like
but it's a 76.
Oh, it is a good sign.
Past the pigs where they stack on each other.
Yeah, you get
lose.
a
rumping.
for that.
It's called making bacon and then you lose.
Yeah.
If they land on top of each other, past the pigs.
Anyway, yes.
Is that an American thing, or is it going to be us going, this is a thing? And I'm going, what the hell are you talking about?
Past the pigs is a thing in America, but it should be.
Yeah, classic. Anyway, Uslam, 76.
Yeah.
It's a high enough roll for me that we can start to define this ourselves a little bit. It's not going to be magical in any way, obviously. But what it can be is more fitting to you, potentially more fitting to your new patron if you want it to be. I would allow that this is going to be much more in keeping with what Uslam wants, not what was fostered on him. If that makes sense. So what do you have in terms of a visual that you'd like?
Again, I think what he's had before is being sort of clanky chainmail. I think something more. He seems to focus more on sort of aerodynamic for flight and so not skin tight. Because
no, I think like splint mail, so it's formed to you.
Yeah,
like a
that makes sense.
breastplate.
You can keep the same D&D stat version of armor. I don't care about that. It's the visual.
Or you could swap to a breastplate.
No, it's not better.
It's Aston leaning around going, you could wear a breastplate.
No stealth deficit on a breastplate.
Yeah, no, I think, and I think, like, the design on it, I think maybe is sort of floral, and, it's obviously from a different place again, but there's more. And also, I think maybe sort of it's easier, because with my previous armor, I've had to, carve bits out for the wings, so it's been...
Yes.
But
Is this our first mini change? We're going to get to see Uslam's new armor.
I don't see why not. Yeah.
Awesome. Hey, we also talked about me changing what I look like, so we might just do a complete change, like an actor change. Like my version walks in, and then new actor walks out, and hey guys, look at me, I'm wearing new armor.
We talked about some small changes in terms of visual. Are there small changes in terms of visual?
Yeah, I think for a small change, the wings are no longer bat-like. there's more of a sort of translucent rainbow bug-like effect. I think the temptation is just completely to go, and now you've got bug eyes, and now you've got... I'll even change one other thing. Like, I've still got sort of like the red, sort of, even slightly more purplish now.
Nice.
The fire in my eyes is more green now, like the blade. Good luck, Sean. Change everything.
Have fun.
Yeah. I think, until I hit level 3 and go complete character change.
Okay, the armor itself will be, it has wing holes, like it is designed for someone with wings, and it is still half plate, still everything you need it to be in terms of your stats, but it is definitely lighter. It also has a flower-like motif, but they're not flowers that you recognize, and it is more stylized flowers than, oh, look, it's a daisy. Like, it's got, it's all very aquiline and very sleek, and it really suits you. Fits like a glove.
Oh, nice. Okay.
I love it when that happens.
Again, sort of flaps up, flaps down, and like, okay, this feels good. And then I look up at Vuk and go, oh!
I was going to say, Vuk has taken off his armor, and there's the thing of having not taken off the helmet for, does take it off. Does take it off fairly regularly, but there is a sort of quiff of white hair that sticks up after it's taken off. It's sort of here we are. Right, makes him look much older. Dude, is there anything in the sort of plate variety? I don't need plate, but just something.
Well, why don't you roll me a D100 and let's see what happens?
Yeah, I've been waiting to do this because I am good at these rolls.
Why do you jinx yourself? No.
So
I've just rolled a 1.
What's he rolled? Oh
on a D100.
That's that. You want that later. You want that after level 11 when you're trying to contact your god.
So when I said
wow,
Vuk is wearing exactly the same thing.
Except now there's a tutu over the top.
No. Don't be silly.
Sorry, I'm not being serious. Wow.
They've gone through and looked, and they just haven't got anything in Vuk's size. Vuk is too big. Like, they had something that might have fit, but it had an extra arm hole in the center of the chest, which was no use to you at all.
But what I imagine what they would have done is done the thing of in between the sort of sections of the plate mail, they will have put like bits of, as it were, Play-Doh, just something to stop them like scraping off each other, but it doesn't really make any difference.
It's a 1, so I think it's fair to say that Vuk's now a little bit oily and still wearing exactly the same thing he was wearing earlier. Literally no mini change. I guarantee you that mini will look exactly the damn same.
Yep, that's fair.
Make him oily, Sean. Make him so oily.
When did you spend time with George? What did you do?
What do you mean? Oh, I see.
Jinxed it.
It's because I jinxed. I totally did jinx my own thing. It was right there.
Oh my God.
I'm not going to do that again, is the plan.
Okay.
Vuk still has the same armor, but it's now slightly oily from an attempt to make it squeak less.
Yeah, exactly.
It's not someone who's oiled the armor. Someone who's just stood there with a bottle of olive oil.
Look, this definitely works. Does this work with? Oh, okay. Well, this is. It's going down my back now.
Is this a religious thing, or is this?
Not for me, it's
Why
not,
are you
but
pouring
they say it's a
vinaigrette
very
on
good
yourself?
Darvex is just looking at you going, I am so sorry. I thought we have so much armor and so many weapons, but nothing fits you.
That's definitely the feeling.
I try to glance over at Darvax. Do we have anyone who can make armor, or is it something we could like?
No,
not necessarily for now, but
a smithy has not crashed yet.
Well, quiet. Oh, look, a working smithy just crash landed directly into my cave.
Yeah.
I've been playing the Fallout Online game. It's like, I made things out of scraps. I made a table. Just there you go, armor.
Yeah, Fallout. Ting, ting, ting. Oh, look, a working nuclear reactor. Right.
I made something that purifies water. Look at that.
Make working engines on a raft, then be able to make a smithy.
Not in this technological setting. Anyway, the other three of you are going to go and do something valuable with your time.
What?
You're looking for people with cybernetic enhancements of some kind. Well, Etelus has met one.
Jamal?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Did Jamal have? I don't remember. Etelus was very distracted at this point in time. I don't believe that Etelus will have remembered that Jamal has.
Well, let's make our lives easy. Shamal is walking past as you walk out, and Shamal has two very, very long arms.
Wait, the arms are cybernetic?
Not quite Mr. Tickle length arms, but like they're longer than they should be. Definitely longer than they should be. It's that kind of high kind of wave across the entire face. No, they have a cybernetic. They wear a sort of cybernetic eyepiece.
Oh, good, because I really liked the long arms being part of the species.
Yeah, it's part of the species. The species has long arms.
Not like they've been put on a rack and...
No. Like, I would say their arms are probably about double the length of regular arms, so it's a very wide arm span.
So long.
It's awesome.
So long.
Oh, Shamal, it's good to see you.
Hey.
So, an update. I found, I didn't find the sword, but it was okay because the sword didn't actually disappear. I think it just had gone weird, and so my friend has his sword.
Ray, that's such good news.
Your eyes.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh, sorry, I'm Astel. Hi.
Hey.
What is it and how does it work?
Oh, it's a thing, right? Like, my people don't see very well in light.
Yeah, like the opposite of I can't see very well in the dark.
Yeah, exactly. So these help me, takes them off. It's not like glasses, like it's like a sort of there's an unhooking and unclicking and like removes them, and you can see they're like built in, like welded to skin. In places it looks like they've been affixed to where bone is under the skin, like bits around the side of the eye to hold them in place. But just takes them off and goes here. Oh,
sorry, I'll be quick. Can I look through them?
It looks like nothing.
Okay. Wow. It doesn't make a difference to me.
Well, no, you can see. This is fine for you, yeah?
Oh, yeah. Can I take a quick investigate of the mechanics of the thing?
Sure.
Thanks for letting us see it, Shamal.
Totally fine.
Natural 20 for 27.
Ooh. Wow. Inside this, there is definitely a sort of sunglass-like tinted glass that is doing a lot of work here. However, you also notice that there appear to be lenses inside that appear to be on a kind of rotating factor that makes them smaller or larger, which should therefore increase or decrease magnification on them. There's a lot of like small parts to it. It looks like there's a couple of like small inbuilt cogs and gear style things, but you can't see a power source of any kind.
How does it? I'll hand them back because he doesn't look happy.
Oh, hang on. There's a very definite, and there's a click, and there is a click and a kind of whir as they are placed back onto Shamal's face.
Where does it get power from?
It's bionic. It draws it from me.
Cool. Did it hurt?
No. It was they knocked me unconscious to do it, so...
Yeah. Did it hurt when you woke up?
Like an itch.
Oh.
And sometimes I can feel like it's very heavy, you know? But it helps me spend time with people in the daytime, and this isn't like my home where it's dark all the time, you know?
Okay, so you had it done here. Did someone in camp do it?
No, it was done on my ship.
Oh.
Yeah.
Oh.
Did you...
So wait, you explain... Sorry, Cleo.
No, let's go for it.
So you were exploring in out of your world, well, of course, because you landed here, didn't you?
Yeah.
That's fascinating.
Just really lucky, I guess.
your bionics, are they the same? Like, we were told that there were other people that had. Is it bionics or cybernetics? Looks at.
Bionic is what he said was powering it from inside him, and cybernetics would be the name of the actual thingy.
Right. Yes. So we were told that there were a lot of people with cybernetics.
Oh yeah, there are. People have. They take some of the. What's his name? Balthazar has this whole system that they've worked out to like some of the stuff that's not wood and it's not metal can melt, and then you can make new shapes out of it. So he makes new shapes out of it and people can use it, and they can be quite, detailed, so they can have like gears and stuff.
So Balthazar makes cybernetics for other people here, but you didn't get yours here.
No.
Okay.
Did you choose to get your eyes turned into metal?
Yeah. Where I'm from, it's dark all the time, and I wanted to travel, see new things, and it was so bright all the time. Just seemed a really easy solution.
Does it? I don't know if you would know this. I'm not expecting you to sort of be the expert, but do you have to be a particular type of person to have the bionics working? Just because I just sort of exist, but you had yours. You chose to have yours added. Mm-hmm. Does this mean I am a cybernetic person?
It's going to look you up and down. No,
I didn't think so.
I think it's like it's an enhancement, isn't it? So like you could probably get cybernetics because then they'd enhance something, but at the moment you are as you are, so you don't have any. You're just
I don't know if people here do this kind of thing. Like Balthazar's really good at like making.
Do that here.
Well, Balthazar's doing things like replacing a leg or an arm.
Oh, prosthetics.
All the good words.
Cool.
Yeah.
We'll bear that in mind when Book starts to decay.
Yeah.
Thank you.
What?
Well, he's not here.
Sorry.
That's still Shamal's reaction. Yeah. What?
Right on. Yeah, that does fit.
So, do you have to be alive to have cybernetics?
I don't know.
Who would know?
Well, the person who fitted these to me is dead. Balthazar knows about prosthetics and stuff, but I don't know beyond that.
If it's powered by things in your body, that's going to be things like your blood flowing around and your heartbeat and those little tiny signals that get sent all over to tell your feet to move. And I don't know if you have those when you're dead.
Well, you must have them because Vuk is still moving.
But his heart isn't beating.
You must have the electrical signals.
Wibbly wobbly, timey wimey.
No, no one's medically examined Vuk yet.
I suppose we could test his reflexes.
Think fast.
The one where you hit your knee and then your knee jerks, your leg jerks. That one, did you get that as a child? Is that universal? Does everyone get that?
No, if I got hit on the knee, I'd dent slightly.
Okay, we won't hit clear on the knee. Maybe we try Vuk, and then like if you hit the right place, not really hard. It just like your leg jerks, but that would be impulses. So if it doesn't do that, maybe the impulses.
How do you know? Because if it's Vuk's sort of ghost spirit soul just sitting in Vuk's body, then it might just be he might be remembering what his body used to do without any reflexes. So it might just be Vuk's soul mirroring all the things that Vuk's body used to do rather than Vuk's body still doing it.
That is true.
Elephant knees are quite interesting, actually.
Elephant knees? There are only 2 of them, if I remember.
No, they have 4, but they all face forward.
I remember being told that wasn't true, but I can't remember why.
Well,
What? Go on, biology. Go on.
if they do, it's because they're actually the bits that you're looking at and calling the knee is the wrist.
Yes.
And then the bit at the shoulder would be the bit that's the knee. Because it all elongates in most four-legged animals. As you will see if you go and look at skeletons in any zoology museum.
Having friends who know cool, weird stuff is the best.
Yes, the elephant's front knees are where its wrists look like wrists on the front hands. Yes.
Oh, I see.
But they all very rare, and they all curve forward. Normally, knees curve backward on hind legs on animals, but elephants don't. Not that it matters because you're bipedal. But anyway,
Anyway, none of that matters.
It's just interesting.
Yeah.
The more you know. It's just good to know these
For a
things.
second, I thought that was Jamal saying that when you first were like, an elephant needs to
doesn't know about elephants. Schmuck barely knows where he is.
Right?
But he's having a lovely time.
Cool. So we were just very curious about the cybernetics. So who else, why is there anyone else around that has them?
Here, there's some of the scouts have some stuff, but mostly it's things they got before they came here.
Right, okay.
There was one guy who found like a weird helmet thing when he was scavenging. He was like, "This will be cool," and he put it on and it killed him.
That doesn't sound good.
What?
So
It doesn't sound good.
No.
So we need to be careful about what we pick up.
It's not
Put on our
weird
heads.
things, and
Yeah, it like drilled into the back of his head.
that's
It
not.
just bled everywhere. And then he was pissed off because obviously he was alive. Well, dead.
Oh, is he still around?
No, he's gone. He left.
Yeah, no.
He went out the window.
I think I would leave if I accidentally got a hole drilled into my head as well.
Well, no, because the helmet was still attached. He couldn't take it off and he just hated it.
Presumably he could have just cut his neck off. We don't need to go into my theories of how you could remove the helmet. It's not important.
I mean, it's a totally interesting question, though. If someone's already dead and you remove their head, like what happens? Does the soul stay with the body or with the head?
I am not willing to experiment.
Don't worry. In universe, I've answered this question, but Shamal doesn't know.
And he's very interested, absolutely.
Yeah.
Right, well, one for another time, maybe.
Yeah.
Balthazar's place is over there if you want to go talk to him about prosthetics and stuff.
We don't really need any prosthetics, do we? Does anyone need a prosthetic?
No, at some point we should maybe make sure Balthazar knows how to do a trunk, but not just yet.
Oh, I hadn't even thought about the trunk. Oh no.
Book has.
Isn't that a conversation that we should have with Vuk first?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah.
Would you like
to Vuk just flying across the floor? Me running up to him going, no, come back!
Ed thinks a bionic trunk is the best thing in the world. Unfortunately, Vuk does not.
You have X number of episodes to change Vuk's mind.
Let's do that, because I want a bionic trunk. That would be awesome.
Oh, hey, Shamal, if anyone does land who can do cybernetics, will you let us know?
Yeah. I'll remind you that Shamal doesn't know who you are, doesn't know any of your names, and the response to Atlas's story, which no one's insight got, was Shamal had forgotten who Atlas was.
Oh, right.
Hey, I'm a sword. Nice, like, what?
Cool, good.
That sounds like good things
Did
happened.
not get that, honestly.
That's very funny.
Shamal has clearly been smoking.
Sorry?
Shamal's just like this all the time.
Shamal doesn't smoke and doesn't take drugs. It's just Shamal's way of life.
Should we go see what the boys are doing?
Would you like to time skip until the evening? Because the boys have been made up. You've had a chance to talk about cybernetics and bionics and prosthetics and the difference between the three.
Yeah.
Yes, please. All the NPCs have the like they're greyed out. Like you can't talk to them anymore because they've answered all your questions.
No, they have one or two lines of dialogue that just repeat ad infinitum if you talk to them.
I like swords. I like swords. I like swords.
Who wrote that one? That's a terrible RPG. I like swords.
That's Sword Guy Jim. Everyone loves him.
Oh, looking good, Aslam.
Oh, yeah. Thank you. Actually, wearing something that fits for once. It's
good.
Nice.
And then we pan up to Book.
yeah.
I'm oily. Definitely pop out if we're in the right situation.
You know, the crazy thing is, Ed, I had a list of things about what might be a good thing to make this work a bit better, a list of ideas and thought processes, but no, one's a one, nothing.
One is definitely a one. That is fine. I'm totally down for this. This is going to be hilarious.
Fuck poured salad dressing on himself.
No, that was not. I am not intending for anyone to eat me. I am simply thinking that it would be better if I was
slippery,
lubricated.
Oh, well. Hate to not have a lubricated Loxodon.
Nope.
Classic Cleo. We will have a conversation about this someday.
What conversation? The book's just saying that being oily is better.
Absolutely.
In some situations, not in all.
It prevents friction between the armor plates, right? That's all.
Yes, exactly.
Have you tested it?
I mean,
good Lord, no. Oh, I see. No, there was no need. I feel like whatever good it will do will happen at the time, and I will just try and be at the back.
I'm now thinking that people who are largely metallic probably wouldn't use water to wash those because you'd rust. You'd use oils to.
Yeah. Absolutely. So it's probably I've done good to my armor. Whether or not it'll actually be good when I'm trying to sneak is
it's certainly shinier than it was.
I feel like it was
that's
even
worse.
more obvious than you were previously.
I can still take my armor off if you think that would be better.
We could throw lots of dirt over you, and it will sort of stick to the oil.
That's just gonna scritch more, though, isn't it? Look.
Do not tell Ed to take his armor off because he will, and it will kill him again.
No one's brought out that point yet, and I don't think Rook is going to, but that is a perfectly reasonable thing. Take the armor off.
It isn't. It's an insane idea. Oh, we're going to the enemy stronghold. I'll just take my armor off. It's fine.
His friend Phil was going to make you sneakier, so it's okay.
Yeah, maybe that'll help.
Okay.
Yeah, Terry can do stuff as well.
If you're back in Darvex's tent at sort of late afternoon, Darvex will call you back, obviously. And as you enter the tent, there are two people in the tent. Terry, you know. Terry is a tiny humanoid with a slightly strange, it's very hard to focus on Terry. Terry almost looks like there's ash falling from them at all times, and therefore very hard to focus on. Whereas next to Terry is a figure that you don't recognize, you've never seen before. A large lizard-like person. You've seen a member of the same species before. Their neck curves back and over in almost like an S shape, and she is sat at the table, just sat as you all walk in.
Are we allowed to sit down?
Please do. This is, Terry,
Hi, Terry.
Hey. And this is Gorn. And Lizard will get up. She's fucking huge. Like, if she stretches her neck out to full, which she doesn't, but if she did, she'd be over 3 meters tall. Instead, it sort of neck stays down, and she looks over all of you. You are the ones I'm meant to protect, yes?
If you please.
Who is the one who is not good at being stealthy?
There's actually two of them.
I'm better now.
I'm worse.
Some wiggle about my arm. I'm like, I'm not clinky or clanky.
You're not wearing a breastplate. You're still at disadvantage.
I will point out that Gorn is wearing no armor at all. This is just a...
Look, it's fine. I'm not wearing any armor. Yeah.
It is fine for me.
It's fine for me as well.
Good.
But I think not Vuk.
Armor has always been part of, yes.
She will lean her head down towards you, Vuk, and look you directly in the eyes. You're about the same height, because the neck's not stretched out.
Oh, I see what you mean.
Will look directly into your eyes, and with a blink, no magic being cast, nothing at all, Vuk will disappear.
Oh.
Oh no, Book's gone.
Can I say anything?
Yeah, you're just invisible.
I'm still here.
He is still here.
That is bloody impressive.
Can I feel where he was? Like, ideally round the face, like.
It's still oily.
Definitely still there.
Book is definitely still there.
So is that a trick for us or a trick on him? How does that work?
I can only focus on one person at a time.
So you have to be looking at him at all times?
No.
Okay.
Very good.
Book will suddenly reappear. There's no magical, there's no lovely there's no magical flim-flam, just literally reappears.
Yeah. That's amazing. Could you, I understand this is unlikely, could you teach me how to do that?
No.
Right.
Worth asking, though.
And if you could use that talent on me, I would be overjoyed.
If it will help us remain safe, then I shall.
I can be quiet, and then this has never been the case with me, and I'd be very happy to start.
Anyway, Gorn is a very talented scout and tracker. And Terry's very good at getting into places unnoticed. It's true. I've not gone up before. Before you ask, I've not been up to the Sevit's bit. I'm scared.
Protect you if we can.
Okay.
Well,
we'll protect you.
Someone has to get out alive because that's the whole point, right? So if things start to look bad, Terry, you just fuck off.
I didn't need that, but I will. Yeah. Terry looks a little bit like still.
Don't leave people behind, but yes.
Well, if you've got their consent to leave them behind,
then everything's fine.
I thought we were making a plan. This is our plan, right?
Yeah.
One person has to get out alive. It's probably Terry's the most likely.
Well, that's also try not to sort of spark anything off that's going to kill us all.
I can also help you all be less obvious.
That'll be helpful.
Hang on. And we'll concentrate, and the dusty field around them will sort of spread out slightly, and you can all start to see if you move your fingers that that slight dustness is on all of you as well. It's past that, Trace.
Just if we do happen to get thrown off the ship, try and get thrown off at the same time as me.
But as in we should grab hold of you?
There's no need for touching.
If we are thrown off the ship, you wish us to. If one of us goes, you wish us all to go.
Yes.
A suicide pact seems unwise.
We will just float to the ground gently.
But then we have no way of returning. My pack mates are here.
All right, well, you don't have to jump off. I'm just saying, worst case scenario, if someone gets thrown off, particularly if that person is me, I'd recommend jumping at the same time.
That's my plan.
Right. Okay. Well, can we just hope that no one gets thrown off? And
it's not the A plan. Like, that's plan like ZZ, B, D.
Right.
With our combined abilities, I would foresee that reconnaissance should be very, very possible.
Okay. So we go when it's dark.
Yes.
Is it typically quite busy when it's dark, as in from a distance? Or have you never been any? I guess no one's really been close and come back, so you don't know.
I have not been inside myself. No. I am concerned, but I have made my peace with my people if I do not return.
Best case scenario, we're all coming back.
That's certainly the plan.
That's what I'm hoping for too.
Yeah.
Carry on the table.
Okay.
I have a request as we are traveling together.
Yes.
If I fall, you must destroy my body immediately.
If you fall off, or what?
You stumble?
If you fall dead, do you mean?
If I am defeated,
Why?
Right.
I do not wish to return.
You can just choose that, can't you?
Yeah.
You may still. No, I see what you mean. I'm very willing to do that. What would be the best way to destroy it? Fire?
However you please. The body is of no concern to me.
Yes, but we do not wish to lock you here. I understand.
I think you understand, though, we can't promise, because we will do everything we can, but if it's a choice between staying to destroy your body and then we all die as well, we won't do that.
I understand.
Do what we can when we can.
Yeah.
That is
Do
acceptable.
everything we can that doesn't kill us.
That is acceptable, yes.
Right.
Just didn't want to promise.
I understand. Thank you for your honesty.
Very slowly turn to look at Terry and go, anything you want
easy to squish.
Anything?
Book doesn't say that, sorry.
No, I'm good. So he's like, the fuck?
I was like,
this go?
I just think it's worth us, considering this world, stating things like that, you know.
That's a good point.
Anything particular, yeah.
Yeah, no. The fact that there's a possibility that if I die, I don't die is A-okay in my book.
thumbs up to them. Okay, cool.
I'm also on board with this. Look,
Yeah.
do you want to be oily?
Well, yes. I want to try it.
But you're invisible.
They're
How are you
just
going to get it
little-
off?
They're just little drips on the floor.
I'm going to use magic to suck it off your body.
Absolutely fine. Even if this is just a fantasy, let's do it anyway.
Yeah, it sure is a fantasy.
I'm going to prestidigitate, but the way it works is that it does pull all the dirt into a little ball, and then I sort of like, without touching it, like throw it at the floor, so I was like an oily puddle.
Okay, perfect.
Well, I guess that's in my house now.
Sorry, Darmax, we'll clean that up.
No, it's fine. If you have anything else you want to prepare, now's the time, because...
Is anyone else? I forgot that I could give you all baths. Sorry, I did learn it again this morning. Anyone? Yeah, just gonna throw it in the oily puddle. Oh, no.
Could I request that you do that outside?
Well, I can
Okay.
take it all with me and throw it off the edge. How about that?
Sounds like a very good plan.
I mean, someone way below us who we don't know is going to have a terrible day.
Yeah.
Rain.
So you think there are people down there?
I don't know.
Again, rubbing the straw.
When we were speaking to the people yesterday or earlier today, I don't. They were basically saying that everything was gone.
Yeah, I don't
But
know.
they trade with people, so I don't understand.
Me neither. Maybe it's other islands.
Mm.
I will, move everyone's dirt so everyone is now clean again. Yay.
Thank you.
Oh, I quite like that.
So you want to rub yourself in the oil part. Everyone else is BO. Here you go. Is there anything else you want to do before you go? Everyone's ready. You've got all of your...
Let's rock.
Oh,
Let's go.
then that is where we'll pick up after the break.
Okay.
Yeah,
We're going to the centre of the web, which does have a name, just no one knows it.
Oh.
Oh, I see. It's not that we haven't asked, it's just it doesn't. Okay.
No one down here knows it because no one's come back.
Let's find out. Lubyanka.
Yes, it's not called Lubyanka.
Well, it is to us.
Sorry. Bye.
We are delighted to be sponsored by HeroForge. HeroForge offers fully customizable tabletop minis with dozens of fantasy species and thousands of parts to choose from. You can see all of the minis that we designed for this stream in the overlay, and they animate when we enter the combat, so look out for that. HeroForge are fantastic, so do check out the Pro membership where you can get premium access to features ahead of time, and beta access to things, and all sorts of cool stuff that just makes your life a lot easier. And you can check them out at heroforge.com.
We are delighted to be sponsored by Ultra Pro. They make accessories for D&D, Magic the Gathering, and more. My favourite part of their collection are their figurines of adorable power. Here is their gazer. They also make other things such as deck boxes if you play Magic the Gathering. You can find all of Ultra Pro stuff at ultrapro.com.
Hey friends, check out our new sponsor, Phoenix Dice, for a carefully curated menagerie of click-clack math rocks for your delectation. Check out their entire selection at phoenixdice.com, and just so you know, Phoenix Dice are all about living gloriously in the worlds of tabletop games and sustainably in this one, which means their dice are working to be recycled, their packaging is recycled, the dice are made of sustainable materials. It's all great stuff. You should definitely get involved. You can also join us today in chat with a chance to be in a raffle and win some Phoenix Dice of your own. Just put !dice into chat and you'll be in with a chance to win.
We are proud to be sponsored by Alchemy RPG. Reimagine your gaming experience with Alchemy. They're focused on creating immersive cinematic experiences everywhere you interact with tabletop role-playing games. Playing a game, creating a world, streaming, watching live games, discovering new content. Look at all the cool stuff that they are doing there. You can use environmental motion art, scene-based music, seamless character management to run your games over the internet, with upcoming features including homebrew content, streaming overlays, and spectator mode. So go and check out alchemyrpg.com.
Pick up your gear and open your chests. Throw on your armor and head out on a quest. Hey, hey, it's a brand new day. On the slow coast, your allies will help with blades and bows and magic as well. Hey, hey, heroes on their way. Fighting forever against overwhelming odds. Fighting together in favor of multiple gods. Idle champions of the forgotten realms. Idle champions.
We're delighted to be supported by Idle Champions of the Forgotten Realms, a Dungeons & Dragons strategy video game that brings together D&D characters from novels, adventures, and multiple live streams into a single grand adventure. Select your heroes and formation and battle through waves of monsters for free on PC, phone, PlayStation, Xbox, and Nintendo Switch. You can pop exclamation code into chat for a free Electrum chest.
We're delighted to be supported by Neverwinter. In Neverwinter, explore and defend one of the most beautiful cities from Dungeons & Dragons' Forgotten Realms campaign setting as it rises from the ashes of destruction. Epic stories, action combat, and classic role-playing await those heroes courageous enough to enter the fantastic world of Neverwinter. Neverwinter is completely free to play, so set yourself up an account today and pop !NW gift into chat for a link to a free gift.
Check out our wonderful supporters Elderwood Academy, who make beautiful bespoke gaming-themed gear, including hex chest dice boxes, spellbook deck boxes disguised as bespoke ancient arcane tomes, and scroll and codex dice tower and rolling tray pairings. Make your own with their online designer at elderwoodacademy.com. And welcome back, everyone, to the Great Reconnaissance Mission. These things always go well.
Oh, they every time.
I'm glad we dodged making a plan. I feel like we really...
I'm reminded of a home game where the final conflict of the entire campaign, a whole like playing weekly once a week for a year, one character went, I'm going to do some reconnaissance, and literally started the battle 5 minutes early. Everyone else spent the first 10 rounds running in a straight line.
Yeah.
Oh boy.
Been there. That character died. So
yeah, so did most of them.
It's not.
Excuse me. Yeah. That's fine. If you make your way towards Sevit's home, the center of the sink, whatever this thing is, there are chains on your floating rock bit, as well as all the others, that don't just connect with each other, but connect up to this central mass of metal and geejaws, and just from a distance it just looks like a
Death Star.
No, more like a sort of a rat's nest full of bits of metal.
Great.
We had a rat's nest once under our bathroom floor. It was the worst thing I've ever seen.
Oh no.
Take away all of the organic bits, though. It's all metal.
And when the rat died because they caught it in a trap, the rat catcher went, well, that's good. It's not been eaten. That means you only had one.
Oh, dear.
Rat facts. Here and roll together. Do you know they're constantly pissing?
We escaped to a fantasy world to escape things like this.
Sorry.
No, it's fine.
Rats are fascinating, delightful creatures, just not when they're up to your floorboards.
Yes.
Exactly.
Next week,
I didn't mean to be censorious.
No, wasps just suck. Wasps are just awful, awful creatures. All right, good. Right. Are you, as you make your way towards the gigantic chain, as before with these chains, they're so big that it's less about like, oh God, we're going to fall off and die, and more of a balancing on bits of it, holding yourselves up, but there's no actual threat if you take your time and are slow about it. Are you taking your time and being slow about it?
Suddenly I'm glad I'm not oily. Yes.
Of course, you stop being oily.
Yes.
This is actually now important.
What you will
Stealthy.
note. What you will note as you are doing this is that in the distance you can see approaching this ginormous ship. Hang on.
Oh my God.
I've got a picture reference that, yeah.
I was going to say, we must be seeing this. I mean, it must be a long way away, but we can still see it.
It looks a little like a, in our universe, we would term a submarine.
Yeah, like really long tube kind of thing.
Really long tube. Looking at it,
2 miles.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And it's probably it's long and thin, but it's not. It's got this sort of strange forecastle above it with what looks like what we wouldn't associate with a periscope sticking out the top of it, but it's actually almost looks like a mast. The body itself looks to be. Looking at it, it looks to be of a more like cloth-like material because it's flapping slightly, but there are huge metal bars in place and a huge ram on the front of it as well. It's definitely a warship of some description, but you don't know a huge amount about what it is and how it works. You also know it's coming because you can hear it. This thing uses the in-world equivalent of a diesel engine. So it's got a sort of going on in the background that is horrifically loud. No wings and no rotors. You don't know quite how it's got any forward momentum or how it's steering or anything like that, but this monumental skyship is making its way from like if you're climbing up a chain here, it's coming in a sort of a right angle, so you can see it above you. There's a couple of smaller craft that go with it that have more of the 2 wings with some kind of rotary system on them that you can see, but this is an absolutely massive ship.
How come it doesn't just fall out of the sky?
This is something we should investigate, because let's stop whatever that is.
Are we sure we don't want to steal it?
I mean, I would assume there's more of these things, see how long it takes them to notice that their ship's been stolen, but...
I mean, that could be...
It's not like they're going to not miss it.
It would be quite hard to hide.
I mean, that could be part of our reconnaissance lesson, just to kind of
steal the
check
ship.
it out a bit. No, just to check it out a bit, to have a look around it.
Well, if we can get that close.
You can roll perception checks if you like.
Yep.
Sure.
Also, we wouldn't necessarily need to hide it. If we stole it, we could take it back to the base. Everyone could get on it very, very quickly, and then we just take everyone down.
And leave gate
But
pressure.
not everyone wants to leave.
Also,
they could stay.
I don't think we're stealing the ship today. However, we could check out whether the captain is like loyal to Sevit or could be persuaded to do other stuff. And
how would we do that without talking to the captain?
We can sort of assess their conversations. Well, I can't because I'm not very good at that listening thing, but I'm sure some of you can.
And the captain might not know all of Sevit's people. If we walk in and go, hey, I've been sent just to chat to you, tell me if you're loyal.
Okay, we're going to send Uslam to do it.
Hello, parlay. I started drawing a knife.
Oh, no.
Got a 23 perception.
A 15.
I got
I was proud of my 30.
24.
Oh.
24. Sorry.
All right, it's fine.
with a 23 and a 24, respectively. There's writing on the side of it.
Advertising.
No. Would it be in common, though?
Ooh.
Oh, what amounts to common here?
Would it be in any of the other languages that we speak?
Yeah.
That's the thing. I'm not sure it would be in the same... No, people here speak common, because you've been speaking common to people, even though they've crashed here. But
yeah, but they've... Yeah.
Yeah, and I decided quite early on not to go down the...
Do not do the... You can't talk to anyone here because you don't know their language.
Exactly. Bless you. It says Thanatos on the side.
It's Thanos. He's here. He's looking for the
Wait, not Thanos. Thanatos.
Which is possibly worse.
Yeah.
If my an extra T. If my Greek was better, I feel like I could figure out what the difference is.
Death, Edward.
Death. Also, sexy guy in Hades.
Oh God, so sexy.
Yeah.
Also, if you romance him, you can also romance Meg. What's not to love?
Power throuple.
Okay, you know.
Yes.
And the sequel's coming out soon. Yay!
It is not my fault that what's the company called again? I can't remember.
Oh.
Sexed up scary Greek stuff. This is scary Greek stuff. It's got Thanatos written on the side. It's scary.
All Greek stuff is sexed up. Have you not read it?
They are oily.
This is correct.
Anyway, the ship says Thanatos on the side of it.
No.
And it will fly towards the rat's nest of metal, and you can see it's flying close, and the ship's flying, and it will definitely attach itself, dock in some way. But it's there now as you make your way up. Are you trying to be stealthy?
God, yes.
As you climb up, Terry will do the thing, and you will have passed that trace.
What does that mean again?
Add 10 to the roll, and
I might be okay now.
Well, that's the thing. I'm wondering if Gorn will also make you invisible. They might save that.
Yes, I think Vuk would not ask for that yet. Convinced
Yeah, she's going to save it until such time as it is necessary.
I have
I'm sure
rolled
I'll be brilliant.
poorly, but it's still a 22. So.
22.
Yeah.
Oh, you want us to roll stuff though?
Hang on.
Yes, please. No advantage. It's a flat roll.
Am I still at disadvantage with the new armor? Or
Yeah, it's still half plate.
the only thing is, it fits now. It's comfortable.
It looks so good, but in game terms, the stat boost is negligible to nothing.
It's a dirty 20 for a dirty 30.
Dirty 30.
Dirty 30.
Dirty 30.
27.
Fuck's sake.
Oh, no.
Hang on. Second one. Roll the second one. Oh, get out of the way, you stupid thing. Hang on.
I saw Ed's number, then I saw Tom's number, and I thought, oh boy, we're going to die.
Oh no.
I mean, you'd suggest leaving them at home, to be fair.
I told them to take off their armor. They could have done it.
I'm wearing new
For the
armor.
benefit of the audience, please.
I do get a 13.
Total?
Okay.
Yes.
Hot shit. All right.
Yes.
Well, I get 40.
It wasn't a natural one. Is the only positive I'm taking from all this.
Okay, so the average is quite high.
Fortunately, because of the dirty 30. But yeah.
And the dirty 27.
Yeah.
I mean, everything above 20 is probably dirty.
And the dirty 22.
There's a rule for life.
Yeah. You can make your way rather stealthily climbing up the chains towards the center of this thing. As you're making your way up, carefully, people obviously pointing out to them and Vuk where they're making too much noise.
Sorry. I'm going to argue that it's not necessarily the noise, it's because my wings now glow in the light, in the dusk. I've got like rainbow. I'm like, how the hell did that happen?
Where does this come from?
The bug on your shoulder, who's been there the whole time, just go, what up?
Bug, we need a conversation once we get back. I can't stay mad at you.
As you climb your way to the top of the chain, where the chain connects to this massif, there are platforms that seem to go around this. It does have a gravity pulling it downwards. In other words, there is a uniform gravity down. Where these chains connect to it at the various different points, there are platforms that ring it that have stairs that connect to each other, which mean you can move around this space. It's quite large. As you get towards it, it's probably about a mile in diameter, circumference kind of thing, but it's not a perfect sphere by definition. So the ship is significantly bigger, but it is quite a large spheroid, generalized spheroid. Everything is metal as you get closer. It's all welded bits of metal jammed together. There's a kind of like mesh caging that appears to be sort of the basis on which a lot of this stuff is set. And the walkways are also like panels haphazardly stuck together with like spiral staircase in one bit connecting two of these walkways together and just some flat surfaces. It's clearly a hodgepodge made out of all of the detritus and remnants of other ships in this area. Yes, Ed?
Sorry, does it look like it's that thing of if it had a magnet at the center, stuff's been like drawn?
Well, kind of, yeah.
Right.
Yeah, but that's more of a like interesting visual concept than an actuality thing.
No, like this, no.
As that armor pulls us down, I'm like, oh, he's thinking with magnets.
Come on, turn it on again. And then, yeah.
There are, you count as you go, about 5 people, given they're too far away to see in any clarity, that appear to be patrolling the walkways and looking out and keeping an eye on things.
Do we want to silence anyone whilst we're here?
Yeah, you. We want to silence you.
If the goal is reconnaissance, we should make as little impact as possible.
Fine. Understood.
On our way out.
No, but we don't want them to know that we were here.
They can know we were here after we've gone. Surely.
No, but surely that's going to...
Yeah, it's still has the same kind of effect.
If
We
they
don't
know
want
that
to
we have...
antagonize anyone. And also, like, you were very rude to Uslam about being a murderer yesterday, so, like, maybe let's just chill on the whole death thing.
Uslam puts a knife away.
I wasn't rude. I was just questioning if we wanted to be murderers all the time.
I sort of glance up and go, Cleo, we're good, we're fine. Conversation later. I don't have a problem with you. I didn't take it that way. We're all good.
From the floor. I think now's the time, guys.
Cleo will remember this.
So where are we now that we've managed to?
You are still on the chain. You're still climbing up the chain. And you are roughly, let's say in feet, 20 feet away from climbing onto the structure itself, coming in at a low angle.
Oh, crap. Right, so we've actually got right up to it.
Yeah, you're getting very close.
Yeah, okay. Is there any kind of spots we can identify, like in the just above the chain, or like in that general vicinity that we can kind of go and duck into?
The chain appears to go on into the structure. There is a platform around where it enters, which is clearly designed for getting on and getting off again. But if you wanted to keep going, you could just keep climbing in.
Oh, we just go in, presumably.
Yeah.
Depends. Do we think there's anything on the outer platforms that will be of value to know?
Well, how would we possibly know unless we go and look?
Well,
Should we split up?
No.
Always a good idea.
Never a good idea.
We don't have any way of contacting each other, so perhaps not.
Okay.
I prefer not to split up, I must say.
If we are all together and something happens, we can all try and silence it together. That is faster.
We all live together or we all die together. Apart from Terry, who has permission to leave.
Thanks again. Probably okay.
Operation Save Terry.
What's the most important thing for us to know? Is it about that ship, or is it about the inside of whatever this is?
Where you've come in on the chain, the ship is sort of like fills a huge portion of the sky. It looms above a lot of this, but you could easily climb around on walkways to get a closer look at the ship and where it's docked, because you don't know anything about that either.
What was the info Darvax wanted? They wanted
just know what's going on in here.
How many people were here, what the layout is like, what the ship is here for, that kind of thing, right?
Yes, general reconnaissance.
Right.
General reconnaissance. I like only half of the party wants to do it.
Half the party is cool. That's all I can say. I didn't say which.
Some of our brains take a little bit longer to process information.
I mean, the ship's only going to be here for a short period of time.
Usually
we could come.
No, Delphi's. Yeah.
So that's the priority. We could always come back another time, and if we need to actually look at the base, maybe the ship's the priority at the moment.
So if we go round to the landing bit, that'll be the first place to go.
We are here to support you.
Should we have a
Thank you.
vote?
All right.
Well, are we agreed, or should we have a vote? If we have a vote, then we all know.
Yeah. Okay.
Do me and Gorn get a vote?
Yes, everyone gets a vote. Cleo gets a vote as well.
So, going to the landing place.
Okay.
Okay.
Breaking into the compound to look inside the building. No. Okay.
Cleo, you get a vote, or are you abstaining?
I don't like. It's okay.
You don't like voting. What would you like to do?
Yeah.
That doesn't matter.
But it does.
We should be.
Can it matter another time?
Yeah.
Okay.
No. I do want it to matter another time.
It's okay. I don't. That's fine. We're checking on the lower levels. Let's go.
If you climb off,
See, that is your vote, though. Because they all voted to go to the landings.
That one, the one everyone.
If you climb off the chain onto the lower platforms, there aren't that many figures around. Looking around for an object of this size, these 5 guards who are patrolling, they don't have a good view of the whole thing. It's not very well defended at all.
I reckon if we go that way, no one will actually spot us if we're quick and careful.
Do we want to keep to the outside walkways so we can find the landing point?
Yes.
Yeah.
But stay in the shadows.
Can
Please try.
I assess using intelligence where people are looking and find us a route that would be feasible without people spotting us? Using intelligence.
That's the thing, you see. I think this would be some kind of wisdom-based check because intelligence is not about that sort of thing.
It is. That person's looking that way, which means they can see this. That person's looking that way, which means they can see this. Therefore,
you are
that
conflating wisdom and intelligence again.
Survival.
Exactly.
Would it be a survival check?
It is a survival check.
It's different approaches.
No, it's not. You can roll
cones.
You can roll an investigation check if you like, which will give you investigatory details of this scene. But if you want to work out where the guard patrols are, that's a survival check, which anyone else is welcome to roll.
We got that. Could I have this to be do with smell?
You want to smell the guard's route?
Yes.
No.
So that could be a thing though, because they would leave trails.
They would leave trousers.
If you can't work it out with intelligence, you can't work it out with smell. Chris is on.
So they might have left them in like trails behind them
today.
Okay.
All right. I'm going to roll to see if one of the guards had beans for dinner.
Doesn't matter. Well,
it doesn't matter. Fine.
On my mind.
Roll for beans. Roll for sausage rolls. Roll for pickles.
Already got a natural 20 for a 25.
That's fine. Didn't have beans. Good.
Fine. Okay.
15 on investigation.
The way the walkways are designed is that they are relatively contiguous, sort of circle around the whole thing with interconnecting pieces. There was some sense to the trying to put this thing together. However, they're not perfect. So there are points where a walkway will split off into a lower one and a higher one, for example. So you'll have to do some kind of maneuvering to get around. With a 15, you think you're pretty sure you can work a way around the walkways to get around it and up to the height where you think the ship is. So you can probably find a path in that direction.
Right, I have a path. Does look like it might involve some climbing, so just everyone be prepared.
On a survival check of a, what was it? Natural 20 for a...
25.
25, yeah. You reckon, watching the way the guards move and look, patrol is a strong word for what they're doing. They're looking like there's a drink. What it is 5 individuals. You can't see very well because it's not particularly well lit. Going, that's my bit. Just sort of stick around that bit and
I
go around
go
it.
this
And
direction.
they also tend to be focusing most of their attention on looking out. And there's not a lot to see. Because they're looking out onto islands that are basically not very well lit. Like, you get some faint patches of blue across all of them where all the ghosts are, but beyond that, like you get the sense they're like, this is a absolutely thankless job. It doesn't really do anything. They've pulled the bad rotor. So they are generally not looking very carefully and certainly not expecting anyone to have climbed the chains and be walking around the center of space. Not quite the thought is alien to them, but they're not doing a good job either. So decent stealth checks will get you where you want to go, and with that very high survival check, will avoid any sense that you might be seen. Could you all please roll me another stealth check? Past that trace is still active to see how traveling around this central thing goes.
31.
Oh no.
31. Don't worry, I'll be taking an average, so I'm aware that 2 of you are useless.
28.
28, great.
Okay.
17.
17.
32.
Cool.
Come on, maths. 17.
Okay.
As we clank.
Yes.
The look on your face, I thought you threw a natural 1. I was like,
No,
what?
I really thought I had, but it turned out to be a 7, which was fine.
You make your way up, and you can be quiet. Yes, the boys clank, but past that, a trace appears to be covering a lot of the noise that comes from that, and with the 5 of you there to go, oi, avoid that bit of platform, it squeaks. Because as you go, this thing is rickety. Like, this does not appear to be a safe, like, oh, it's all very sturdy and how pleasant. Like, if someone leant on one bit of flooring to you get the sense it might just go flying off into the and you are in between all the different islands, so there's just sky above you all around you, apart from the lumps of land all around. But you can slowly and carefully make your way around, and you get to see more and more of this ship as you do. Where it's attached, there is a side of this spheroid. As you get around, you can see it better, where the walkways all stop. And there's a kind of jutting out, it looks like a sort of squared off shape, which the ship appears to be almost attached to. And looking at it, you can see that it's made of metal and bits, and it looks like it's also some kind of claw-like function. There's some kind of thing that's holding it in place so it can be moving with while it's there. The large ship appears to still have its engines running. It's very, very noisy now. And it's also, the first time you probably noticed this, it is belching out blackened smoke.
Wow.
Like, the air around it is quite thick and hazy, and all of the different parts of it where it is running is just like huge amounts of awful, noxious gas bursting out of it. Yeah.
So noisy that we can't talk to each other?
It is so noisy that you can probably shout at each other and no one would even notice that you're there.
Wow. Okay. This might this might make it slightly easier. The clanking won't be an issue.
Good.
That's
You have passed by various, basically arches. They're not even doorways. Arches that lead inside. Though there's more of this paneling on the inside where you can walk like tunnels almost. But you've not gone into any of them yet. Coming out to this side, though, you can see that the ship is attached. It's stuck. Like, it's here now. It's not going anywhere. Looking at the ship itself, there are walkways around the outside of the large central, what looks like some kind of Zeppelin function. You're not quite sure. It appears to be some kind of cloth structure and has something inside, and it rustles and moves. There are people on walkways moving around. I'll do passives for this one because you're all looking, basically, and they're not trying to hide. Every figure that you see, they're not all fully classically humanoid, but every figure that you see is fully covered in some kind of black armor, including a full helm.
interesting.
Okay, they don't look friendly. Like, they're wearing sort of like scary armor.
Yeah.
Did we think they were Did we think they were friendly?
I mean, probably not. Also, scary death ship, so I don't know.
Oh, is that what that means?
Yeah. Oh, you didn't read? But yes, no, yeah. So gestures such as abs for no
Classical
reason.
education.
Classic Therosian literature. Yeah. As you're moving past it and looking, a couple of the smaller ships that were going with it do sort of fly by overhead, and these are a lot smaller. They look a lot like, Spitfires, frankly, sort of classic Second World War craft. There's a lot of metal around them, and they do have rotors and a front rotor sometimes as well, but yeah.
Feels like that bit in Star Wars where they first get tractor beamed into the Death Star, and you're like, oh no, this is bad.
Yeah. Oh, good. That's what I was going for. Good, right.
I now want to steal a Spitfire. We can't take the big ship, but we can take a little one.
Or actually, all the Ghibli films where there's that kind of diesel punk vibe, like Castles in the Sky and so on, there's that kind of vibe to it as well. Yeah. The ship is right there. You think you could probably, like, the landing claw, it's not even a landing claw, the thing there that is designed to grab hold of, clearly isn't designed for any kind of entrance or egress, so you don't know what the way onto the ship would be, apart from climbing, which seems a little precarious.
Are there people moving things onto the ship, or is it literally just stationary?
All you can see is this gigantic, like the massive of the ship. You can't really see below
like
it.
A really long sausage.
Sorry?
In my mind, it's a very long sausage.
Well, like submarines are like long sausages in a way. I think that's totally fair. You can see from this angle, you can see the top better than the bottom, and on the top of it there is a what we would recognise as a like an aircraft carrier runway, and a lot of these smaller ships appear to be landing and taking off from the top. But you can't see the bottom very well.
The people that are all covered.
Yeah.
Are they holding things, or is just marching around?
Some of them, most of them appear to be doing something. Like one or two of them will move along and will then open something, some kind of trapdoor in the side, and either get inside, or one of them will start fiddling with things inside it. Quite a few of them have some kind of satchel or bag, or like a rucksack even, that they then will take things out of and do things with. They appear to be armed with, how would you lot pass guns?
Metal tubes.
Boomsticks.
Well, I mean, obviously boomsticks, are they? Strange metal-looking staves that appear to be designed to be held in the hands.
We saw the cannon.
Cannons.
Last time.
The cannon arm, similar to that, but designed to be held.
Tiny cannon.
None of this is hodgepodge, by the way. Just everything else you've seen surround this world has been very hodgepodge. This is not. This looks militaristic, regimented, design.
Official.
Yeah.
Okay.
I am quite good at climbing. If someone did want to have a look inside.
We've got someone who can fly. Is the other thing.
Hello.
You could go to look at, you could go look at the ship. Also, there are all these archways heading into the into Sevit's lair. If you wanted to have a closer look.
Are we sure that we want to get on the ship? There are a lot of people around the ship, but it looks like the rest of the facility seems a bit...
It would be better reconnaissance, I think, to stay off it.
I think we go inside and see if we can hear any sort of like negotiations. Maybe they're agreeing what they're going to sell or buy, or
why they're here would be a good thing.
Yeah.
Uslam is a very good flyer, but I'm good at climbing and quiet. I could just have a quick look, and then I'm also quite fast. I could catch you up. I don't have to, but it seems a wasted opportunity if we don't.
Why don't we do that right at the end? Because otherwise, if you get caught, they'll raise the alarm. We'll be inside. It'll be disaster.
Oh, I see. Just have once we've done what we're going to do inside, come out and then do the... Yes, that makes sense.
Because then we can all run away at the same time.
It appears there are many, many more people on the ship over on this. So the threat of being seen would increase dramatically. Yes. If I don't come with you, then I can't keep you hidden.
Oh, true.
Yeah. Maybe we figure out what's inside, and then Cleo, we can come back and you can do this later, as long as we all stay close-ish, I guess.
I think that's good, yes.
We should stick together.
Yes.
Ship's gonna go tonight or tomorrow.
No, they said it stays for a day and it only just arrived.
Yeah. We're
not staying here for an entire day.
We could, but it's probably not a good idea. Okay. Cleo, you're going to get on that ship eventually.
Yes.
We'll make it happen, but...
It's fine, I just thought it's fine.
Cleo... No, it's a good idea. We're just...
I mean, it wasn't. Shall we? Let's keep going.
I sort of want to put a hand on Cleo before I can go... No, it's a... I don't know how I'm putting my hands in my pockets, but I'm just like,
Your new armor has pockets.
Yeah.
Definitely
New
great.
armor, you've got to have.
I pull out some sort of seeds and I'm like,
Where did they come from?
truffle seeds.
Well, I was going to say, in which case, Vuk, do I make a perception check to see if you do that? Because if you do, then I'm like, please, if I may.
Yeah, sure. I think they might be boiled, but...
Can I do a check on them? This is random armor from somewhere else in the multiverse.
Yeah, roll me a nature check on the random seeds that Tom just invented.
It's trail mix. There's also some raisins and little bits of chocolate.
It's very important to carry seeds around with you.
Exactly. 13.
How else do you communicate with your god?
Exactly.
On a 13, it's some kind of delicious seed that has been boiled to be eaten as some kind of delicious snack. Tom, if there's chocolate in your pocket, it's now melted and your pockets are a sticky mess.
I will pull the chocolate into a ball and then just give it. Do you want me to? I can push it into your mouth.
Oh God!
Sod it over my mouth.
Right. Well, I'm glad that just
Muslim is quiet for the next couple of minutes as he's just enjoying a lovely bit of chocolate.
I hadn't anticipated this surprise bonus, the new prestidigitation, but I like it.
You just had an entire cherry chocolate orange put in your mouth.
Yeah. Are you going
to deal with it
inside?
Yes.
Or are you going to go climb on the ship like lunatics?
Sorry, I can't hear you. Chocolate orange in my mouth.
Right. You head into one of the archways. Stealth rolls maintained. That's perfectly fine. Inside these corridors, they don't go very far. They go and then they very quickly become walkways on the inside. In the center of this space, as you walk in, is the same grey liquid that you've seen a lot of the Click-Clacks are made up of. There's a writhing ball-like mass of it in the center of this space that is twisting, undulating, moving, it appears to have some kind of something around it. You're not quite sure what it is. Kind of energy.
Like a force field.
Well, some sort of energy sort of holding it. These walkways around the inside, they curve around the inside much like the ones on the outside do. And then there are offshoots from that go to a sort of central space, which is a sort of larger platform that surrounds a lot of this middle bit. There's also a larger bit that goes off into what is clearly an access tunnel. The insides of this space are full of rubbish. They are just it's almost like it's filling up with detritus from the sink around, things that might be useful, things that might be good to be collected. It's pretty unclear at this point, but you can see there's a lot of random bits all over the place that sometimes even block the view of some of the walkways and pathways. You can hear voices talking. They're quite a long way away, but you don't see anybody.
Chris, I don't know if it was you who came up with this idea, but that's basically my perfect world.
Thanks, I did.
You just
Hoarder's dream.
Yeah, Hoarder's dream. This is what I mean.
Are you
out of my wardrobe?
Would you like to sneak further in and see what's going on? Because this one you can't really. You can see this gigantic undulating mass, but beyond that, you don't have much of a view of this whole thing yet.
I mean, that's what we came here to do, isn't it?
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah.
Maintaining stealth rolls?
Yes.
Yes.
Cool. As you make your way around these walkways, you can get to a point where you can see the central platform. moving in and out of the larger walkway that clearly goes to the access point to this whole thing are about 20 to 30 of these figures that you've already seen on the ship on the outside, picking up crates, boxes, collections of stuff, which they are slowly moving off. At the same time, you've never seen Sevit before in full. You've seen Sevit's face, but you've never seen Sevit in full. A figure, and I think it's fair to say that some of you would recognize it as Sevit because you've seen the face before, and that's fair. Hey. A figure is standing in the center of the space watching this happen. He has quite a sort of tall body. Okay, there we go.
Just the body or also the legs?
Well, he's quite tall. You can't really see his legs because you're not sure, because he's got a very long, like almost like kimono-style robe on that covers almost all the way down.
Awesome.
And also has the very large, wide sleeves. However, out of the sleeves come multiple arms. You think you can count 8, but you're not sure because Sevit is indeed named the many hands for good reason. Sevit is all arms. Even the legs are the lower half that could be feet, could be more hands, it's unclear, are also multi-limbed around the base of the long robe as well.
It's like a nightmare octopus.
I know we've got to kill him, but
more like a sort of nightmare spider octopus person. Yeah. You also know that some of the limbs are clearly mechanical. They're not all real. Now, are they prosthetics or are they just more limbs as Sevit decided to add? You don't know. But this figure, because of all of this and because of this visual aesthetic, he is relatively tall. Stands at about 7 foot. So he is watching all of this and in conversation with another figure who none of you will recognize. This figure... Yeah, not a bad analogy. I'm very honest with my sources. A huge, and this guy's about 8 foot tall.
Nice.
Huge hulking figure, full plate mail. Full helmet, can't see an inch of skin. But the shoulders are extremely wide. Chaos Marines from Warhammer, if that's the sort of thing that you're into. But again, all in black. Yes. Has a full cape. It's almost like a flag worn across these ridiculously broad shoulders, but the cape itself is red.
We are just picturing Darth Vader, right? That's not just
I'm going to be disappointed if the voice isn't like breathy and slightly
well, surely it's from the West Country.
Yarr! Well, the original Darth Vader.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was saying.
But yes, unlike Darth Vader, it is taller and broader. Like, this is where Darth Vader's got like a, I'm big. This is not I'm big. This is I would struggle to fit through most doors. Like, this is humongous.
I sent some plate mail we might be able to give to Ed eventually.
Beneath the arms hang some strange things you don't recognize that look like they might be things that can be grasped hold of to do something. You're not quite sure. And there is a sword at the belt. Looks like a long sword, but and the two figures are talking.
Can we hear them?
Yes, you can. You've reached a point where you can just about hear them. It's going, yeah, I think it's all there. I mean, I'll be honest, at this point, it's mostly about picking up whatever I can find and just getting it to you. Is it what you're looking for? Is it what he's looking for? Because if it's not, I can dig deeper. I can do more. I can always try and do more. It's part of the thing.
We are beholden to you. We will let you know if there's anything specific we need.
That rasping breathing all the time.
Oh, Lord.
And the voice is bizarrely like slightly higher pitched than you'd expect.
Let's get them on a running machine.
Why is that always your solution?
This is demeaning.
Not for the Empire.
Not call the Empire, it's fine. Good.
Never.
Right. You see all this happen. And you see this pile of debris and you see them all talking. You haven't seen, very notably, and it is important, a single click-clack since you've arrived.
Yes. That ball. Do we know what that stuff is going to be? I don't need a whisper. Do we know what that stuff is going to be?
You need to whisper in here.
Okay.
There's still some of the outside noise travels, obviously. If anything, there's a slight metallic hum that's a vibrational effect from this ridiculous, massive set of diesel engines just running forever.
Is there any way to see what's in the crates and try and figure out what it could possibly be made into?
Roll me an investigation check. There it is. There it is. It would arrive.
I can still do survival.
No, survival's no use here.
I know.
That is my second natural 20 on investigation this evening for another 27.
Wow.
Okay, it's a natural 20, so I will be very permissive with this. It's various pieces of metal and tubing and things from crashed ships. Like, it's stuff that Sevit has scavenged, obviously. Salvage, sorry. It's... looking at the people carrying it and looking at the figure who's collecting it and thinking about the conversation you had earlier today with someone about prosthetics, bionics, and cybernetics. Is this an entire group of people who are either artificial or artificially enhancing themselves?
Well, it sounds like they're artificially enhancing planets, which is a mental idea.
It's a lot of stuff that would be used to build things. Like you saw the ship outside, that obviously took a lot of raw material. But looking at the people here specifically and looking at the figures that are moving around, you do note they have a kind of almost robot-like precision to their movements as well that makes you think they might be not real, augmented, not real is harsh, cybernetic, augmented, whatever. And the figure that's breathing weirdly definitely doesn't seem entirely fine.
It's been through a lot.
I think they're pulling bits to try and make themselves enhance, like the cybernetics. But I really don't want to tangle with these people.
No, neither do I.
I think that would probably be ill-advised, but...
I think what we should say to Davos...
Yes.
No, not Davos.
Not Davos.
Davos.
Different game.
Darthax. Thank you. Is that whatever happens next with Sevit, definitely don't do it while this ship is here.
Yeah.
Yes.
They do have weapons. They do.
Yes.
They seem like an army. They're uniformed. They're, not good.
Very militaristic.
Yes. But I don't... Do you think that they control what happens here, or do you think here controls what happens with them?
It was a very odd conversation where Sevit sort of seemed in hock to them and then they seemed in hock to Sevit. Hard to tell.
Exactly. But I don't... If there's somebody who's bigger than Sevit, that's nervous-making.
Well, Sevit's really big here, but this is a small pond, so presumably there are people out in the bigger world who are the important fish in the big pond.
I don't want this pond. This is not a good pond.
We definitely know there are other ponds out there. This isn't everything. So, Sevit did lie. There are other people out there.
Yes.
Have you seen a pond here?
No.
It's a metaphor or a simile. I always get them mixed up.
Okay.
Metaphor. Yeah. Similes like. Pauses. Read a lot of books. Yeah.
Nothing else is... I mean, this... They're still talking. I suppose you want to know a bit more about what they're talking about. Sevit will... I mean, Sevit is obviously quite obsequious already, but Sevit is being very obsequious to this large figure. Would it come up?
Be nice if it did.
I don't think it would.
We roll to have it come up. Touch.
Interesting.
So you know how we're going to kill the queen?
Replace her with a robot queen. Yeah. I'm really wondering. I don't think it would come up. No.
You won't know if you don't tell us, Chris.
No.
We could just make a luck roll. It just happened.
Right place, right time.
Okay. Sevit is definitely being obsequious to this person. I'm sorry if I didn't communicate that in the roleplay. And when asking about, I hope this will make them happy, I hope this is of use to them, Sevit will mention the word, the Deathless.
Oh.
As like a larger name, maybe, of this whole group of people.
Actually, everyone here is deathless. Oh, unless they maybe they use all the tubing and stuff to make sure that they don't decay. And as they decay, they slowly replace bits. And then over time, they sort of become more bits than.
Ooh, maybe. That's right.
Do you think if you replace all your bits, you eventually stop being what made you you?
Well, I don't know. I thought that was the soul part.
I'm still me.
But you haven't replaced any bits, have you? Maybe we should have this conversation at another time.
There's a thing about a ship or Theseus. We'll get into that when we get back.
More of your Therosian mysteries there, Tom.
Youngest of them like to read mythology in the library.
Perfect. Just imagine.
Okay. Gorm will turn to all of you. I'm not sure what else we're going to discover here. We know what we know now, and none of us have been captured or injured, which surprises me because it was said that was more common.
Yeah, we should go. We're doing really well.
I think so too. I think we should depart.
Kiss of death. Sorry, that was. You're bouncing a little.
I'm sorry.
It's excited.
It's the baby. It requires bouncing.
That is fine. Sorry, it was more just letting you know because I thought you would like to know. It was the thing of also you were just sort of doing it in such a way that what you were saying was sort of like, I think there's something else going on here.
There's a mystery.
Anyway, do you wish to depart? Do you think you would want to stay and find out more information potentially?
No, I think we should. I think
do
we
we
should.
think there's anywhere that? Yeah, is there anything else we can see inside that we should try and get to?
I'll give you something else. You can see what look like these hallways that lead back outside. I think if you're spending like 10 minutes just hanging out here watching, I think you would note that there appears to be a bit of this spheroid, this internal spheroid, where it looks like there's a sort of a chunky boxy, but it's probably a private room, probably Sevit's, you don't know, that appears to be all the way at the top of all these walkways near the top of this whole thing, which you could try and get to if you want to take a look around there. You do note, you don't, apart from the Deathless, because that is what they are, you don't see any other people.
At all. Oh, interesting.
At all. You see Sevit, you see this large figure with a cool name that you don't know, and you see the Deathless carrying boxes back and forth.
Data.
And then the five the 5 people that were patrolling outside.
You saw them.
Okay, but no one else inside.
Nope.
I just don't think we should push our luck.
Yeah, I think I agree.
That said, Sevit's definitely not in his room. Now would be a good time if we wanted to push. But yeah, maybe we don't push it.
That seems really risky. I mean, if we get a vote, I'm voting no. Just say.
Yeah, no, I'm playing devil's advocate here. You know,
We haven't really found anything out. Sevit is trading with people in a big art. We knew that.
But now we know that these people are kind of scary and probably not people we're going to be able to steal the ship from or necessarily negotiate with.
Can I throw a thought in there? I don't think there are many people here. I think Sevit controls. Maybe there are more of us than there are of them.
Yes.
Okay.
But they control a lot of click-clacks.
But where are they?
That pulsing
In
ball.
that, yeah.
Scavenging?
They could be, yes.
Is there anything connected to that ball?
No, it appears to be free-floating.
Does it look like there's any mechanism to control them or turn them off? Or, like, does Sevit have a bracelet on? Like, what's the...
This is my bracelet. It's my bracelet of controlling it.
Make me sandwiches.
Bracelet.
I will say that Sevit, you can't see 9/10 of Sevit's body because of the large cloak covering, and you see all the very spindly hands.
Ooh,
maybe the click-clacks are under the cloak.
Maybe they are the arms.
All of them?
Maybe they are, Sevit.
So there's no way to see, like, if we could change the direction of the click-clacks?
You can't see anything like that now.
Okay.
Yeah.
Might be in his room, which I still don't think is a great idea we do it, but...
Hang on.
I think I heard something completely different from what you said there, so I'm just going to pretend for that.
We got this far with all these scary people here. Why don't we come back in, like, a couple of days when the scary people aren't here and then go to Sevit's room?
Yes.
But they won't be distracted. They won't be distracted then.
Right now, and maybe Sevit keeps a journal that has sort of my 5-year plan in it.
Dear diary. Oh, it's been a week of salvage, let me tell you. Oh, these bloody survivors, what they're like. Oh.
I have chosen a password to control the click-clacks. It is pineapple. Make sure I do not say in real life. I hate pineapples.
With that many hands, you must be a great diarist.
I also drew this picture. It's me in a hat.
Amazing.
I'm not especially bothered either way, to be honest. I would like to leave alive.
Okay.
Yes, me too.
I think
up to a point.
Even if we had come with all of us, if there was a way to stop the click-clacks from operating, we could have just overrun this place in no time.
And if only we could now go and find a way to stop the click-clacks from operating.
Yes.
Maybe.
Look, this is going to take some time. They've clearly been repeating the same animation a few times. So...
Do we think now is the time to use your invisibility skill?
You could make Cleo invisible. Cleo could climb up there.
Does Cleo have to stay close to you to be invisible?
No.
Oh, okay.
Because my main concern is that it's right at the top. So whoever goes up there, there's no easy way down. So presumably either someone who can climb or someone who can fly. However, the person who can climb is a lot sneakier than the person who can fly.
That's true.
I am magnificent.
It was a slum's idea.
No,
but it should definitely be you, Cleo.
I am expendable, that's true.
No. Gently bang my head against the wall. No, Cleo, you're not. You're very
there is a lot of trash in between the different walkways that kind of obscures things. You can easily find a bit of metal, just go... You have tetanus.
That was a bad idea.
I got rabies.
Rabies from bits of metal. Okay.
Look, I'm happy to be your backup. I'm happy to stay here and cover you, Cleo.
Okay, I'll start climbing.
Wait, you just go, oh shit.
Does she want to be invisible?
Yes.
I'm convinced. Look up at Cleo, just pops out as she goes. Right.
So do we just wait here for Cleo then? Because we don't know when she's going to get back.
Guys,
do we have to re-roll
We just split up. We said we wouldn't split up.
I'm sorry, Sevit.
Okay. Cleo will come back down again and you'll hear, if I'm already invisible, why don't you start going out and I'll meet you when you're out because I'm fast and I know and we'll find you when you're
even more split up.
Yeah.
But what if something happens to you whilst you're in here and we can't see?
I'm invisible and I'm fast. And if needs be, I'll say that I want to join Sevit. If I'm not back in an hour, I'm part of Sevit's crew now.
And we'll come back and rescue you.
We don't want to leave you behind.
No, it's fine. When you come and storm the base in a few days, just don't kill me.
Okay.
We don't do
What if
that anymore.
Sevit kills you? I mean, look, okay, the suggestion is that there have been a lot of people that have joined Sevit or not joined Sevit, and they're only fine. But what if Sevit doesn't need
short
you?
Timeline. Someone pick something quick. Either Cleo's going or Cleo isn't going.
Okay, Cleo, go. Like, we'll stay.
I'll see you outside.
Yes, we're going to make our way outside.
All right.
Oh.
I'll shout very loudly if needs be.
Oh, God.
But I feel like we're quieter and out of the way here.
You decide. I'm going to go.
We're literally in the room with all the people who are terrifying.
Let's go away from this room.
Behind the rubbish.
That's not in short supply.
Are you leaving? Are you leaving the room?
The room?
The room where it happened.
The room where it's about to happen, I think.
Oh, God.
If you're leaving, I need another stealth roll.
No.
Oh, no.
I don't know if I want to leave. I said I was going to back Cleo up.
Yeah, I don't.
Will die, and I'm fine.
I don't particularly want to leave, but we'll do it anyway.
Are we all? Oh,
I don't know.
Oh shit!
Tom, you said you weren't leaving, right?
I'm not leaving.
Okay.
Okay.
So this waiting. That's fine.
Okay. Can I opt to wait?
You can't stay without Terry.
You've already rolled.
I have. Yes. It's so bad. So bad.
What you can't do. Look, I'm fine with going. I'm going to do this instead. That's okay, but not after you've rolled. Once you've rolled, you've made a decision.
Ooh, that is a truth and a problem.
Now, I will allow averages as before.
Oh God.
So, Astel, Constant Trace is still active because.
Yeah, 29. Although, however, if Uslam is insisting on staying, Terry should stay here with Uslam because Uslam is not sneaky, and this is the hub. This is a stupid place to wait. Uslam, you're being stupid.
I know. I just
leave.
Don't want that.
Uslam, I'm going to hit you. Leave. Leave.
Hit me then. Go on.
All right, I will. I slap him.
Wow.
Let's make noise.
Yeah, that's a noisy thing to do. Slap someone.
He already bashed his head into a bit of metal. Like.
Okay, this is the noise your head makes when you bash into a piece of metal.
Hang on.
Clonk.
How strong?
This is the noise a slap makes.
Yeah. How strong exactly is Astel? Come on, it's like a.
Oh, it's like a.
It's just the shock.
Okay, roll me a strength check.
Oh my god, this is going to be the time that I like roll
snap my neck.
It's a 14.
Nah, you can control it enough to not make too much noise. It's fine.
There is. I don't know what's happened, but there's a trumpeting of some description from Vuk.
Why? Oh no, we're doing averages.
13.
Yeah,
why would you trumpet?
We're doing averages.
Yes.
Sorry, it wasn't an intention. What I mean is I was assuming that wasn't going to be good. My apologies.
Let's describe what happens because I think we've got it now. Astel and Ustam start arguing whether Ustam's staying or not. At which point, Astel gives Ustam a quick, come on, we're going. At which point, Vuk goes, and steps over backwards, and there's a relatively loud clong as you bash into a piece of metal. And Astel, you go, no, shush! So loudly, you're like, dude.
That's a shame.
From below you, from where this platform is, the sort of regimented movements of the Deathless and the footsteps stop.
Do I have some sort of estimate of where Cleo would be at this point? Is it within 30 feet of me?
I move 40 feet around, so probably
No.
Sorry, 120 feet.
Oh.
Within 120, yes.
Can I point at where I think Cleo is and just quickly message, we fucked it, time to go?
Yeah, I'll allow. Fine. Are you all scarpering?
Oh, yeah.
I think so, yes.
Okay. Cleo, what are you doing?
Yep, we're all going. I'll right behind you.
Staying behind. Why?
What? What did you just say? Sorry, I thought you said you were going to skedaddle as well.
No.
Cleo says, "Yep, I'm right behind you."
Astel's insight is really shit. I'm going to roll anyway.
I mean, I should roll because my deception is also...
Yeah, no, I rolled a 2. I think you'll be all right.
I have a -1. It could be...
And Cleo
I got a whole 8.
Cleo doesn't like lying.
Someone really bad at lying is someone who's really gullible.
Yeah.
From episode 2, it's I'm staying. Keek. No, that's the code word. Don't use the code word.
Right. Yeah. So Cleo's coming, so we should all go.
Cool. If you start to run, you will get.
What's that?
Sevit going.
Die.
So no. Sevit will. You note that Sevit's eyes will glaze over slightly.
Ooh.
And as they do, the sort of field surrounding this central mass will fold out, and pieces of metal from around you will start, like being pulled towards a magnet, flying in towards this central mass as the 6 of you start running.
Oh, yeah.
Cleo, roll me a dexterity saving throw because you're climbing and there's bits of metal whizzing around now becoming click-clacks.
Given that I am made of metal, or at least partially as an earth genasi, can I have advantage, please?
That's...
If anything, you'd have disadvantage, but I'm not going to be
dragged towards.
I'm not going to be cruel.
It was worth it. I rolled a 19 plus 7, so 26.
That should be all right.
I think it's kind of that's a bit of metal that you're on. And you do a monkey jump where you just pull up and jump with and pull with the arms and leap across and hang on other pieces. That one goes flying into the central piece and becomes part of this roiling mass of metal and this grey ooze.
Oh crap!
As the 6 of you now run, are you trying to be stealthy or are you just going as fast as you can?
What do we think?
I think just get out of here.
I think we're all a little bit stressed.
Yeah, I don't think there's going to be much... oh, crap. Okay, I don't think there's going to be much cause for it.
Okay, so you're all running full pelt, no stealth checks, nothing, just run.
Whoa, yeah.
Right, Vuk's going to fall behind real fucking fast because Vuk is slow.
Oh, that's
He made
true.
the choices he made.
I am the tank.
I told him not to wear it. He wore it anyway. I have no sympathy.
That is actually completely fair. Let's see how this goes.
Fall back slightly to stay with Ark. Well, I'm just
You can be a lot faster than everyone else because you can fly, so you can just fuck off whenever you want to. Actually, that's a good point. Yeah.
Is it a matter of like seeing Vuk falling behind and going and kind of trying to grab him and like shoving along a little bit faster, making myself a little bit slower, but maybe us.
Cool. You're all running 40 feet around.
I'm not.
Well,
I'm
we're not dashing.
I'm running 60 feet around.
Yeah, Vuk runs 20 feet around. Therefore, when Vuk is dashing, Vuk goes 40 feet around. Because Vuk shuffles like an old granny, apparently.
we can't speed that up at all with the help.
Oh, well, he could have sped it up if he'd not worn his heavy armor.
If I just discard my heavy armor, this would be a thing.
Takes 10 minutes 10 minutes to take it off.
Yeah.
I mean, if you hid somewhere, I'm just
lashing all the.
There's literally nothing I can do for you. I can't pull you, and I've got no spells.
Just go, Asta. You're fine. We've got this.
We'll be there. We'll be there.
As I see us like falling even further and further behind, I'm looking around to see if there's anything I can be like, let's hide and then figure this out later, because must like seems I could grab some stuff and hide us.
There is a lot of junk around here, it's true.
Yeah. But click clacks
coming.
Mm-hmm.
So what?
Roll me a survival check to see if you can find a good, because it is all just raw metal shoved together, so presumably there'd be good places to hide. Let's see why not.
It's not going to be easy.
How healthy
so
does
18 plus 7.
Ooh.
Yeah, you can find
25?
Yeah.
Is that 25?
It is 25. You can find a cubby perfectly well to, and then grab a sheet, bit of sheet metal and go, nope. Like you did in the Bells of the Ship in episode 2, where you were like, let's just hide here. You can do the same thing here. And I will say you can make it big enough to cover everybody. So the 4 of you plus Gorn plus Timmy? No. Tammy? Terry, thank you.
And also Sam.
Oh, wait, so we're all there?
Well, unless you wanted to run ahead. I'm not going to stop you if you want to run ahead.
That's fine.
I think I had gone.
Yeah.
That's fair.
How healthy does Sevit look?
How healthy does Sevit look?
Does he look super hearty, or does he look like quite like weedy?
I'm pretty sure it's
I have no way of answering that. Also, if everyone started running already, you're miles away from Sevit by now.
Well, we only ran for like a round, surely.
What do you
We're
want
not even
to
an
do?
initiative. Let's keep it that way.
Lovely roads.
Well, I was considering casting sleep so that he can't control the click-clacks.
Yeah, but the deathless is the problem. Also a problem.
Like hiding, I feel like is better than going on the offensive here. Is the thing.
I'm mostly hiding because we can't move very fast. So it's
you're
very
also
much
running. You're running very effectively. You're well ahead of the game at the moment.
And go grab Burke and try and shove him inside.
Do you want to cast sleep on Sevit while you run?
But do I feel like it's going to have any effect?
I cannot answer that question.
Then no, because I don't think it is. I think it's very unlikely. The max I can do is 40 if I roll 5 8. I think it's really unlikely.
Exactly. Let's maneuver away.
How well does it look like they're hiding?
It's a 25 on the survival. Pretty well. They look like they're blending into the walkway as you run. You look back and go, hang on, where have they gone? That's your reaction.
I'm going to keep running, and I'm going to start pushing over piles of rubbish as I run.
Okay.
So they think it was just me.
Oh, nice.
Right, okay.
Looks like Astel's going to die this session. All right.
Oh, no, please.
Here we go. Why am I always the distraction?
You sat out of there.
I said specifically that I wanted to be the distraction.
We forget. I'm the distraction. I'm the distraction from last time.
Yeah, exactly.
Okay. The reason why you're the distraction is because you actually have a way of getting out of there. You can bounce out of there. The reason why Vuk is not the distraction is because if Vuk's the distraction, Vuk is stuck. So I'm
gonna die again.
Actually, I was just going to say, well, I kind of wanted to roleplay how Etelus managed to convince Vuk to hide. I think just what happened there is exactly right. You can't get out of here if you're the distraction, so get out of the way. All right, then fine. That's perfect.
All right. Cleo.
Hello.
Climbing up the inside of this, are you still going for the office? Are you still doing what you plan to do?
Yeah. Look, I thought my party are completely incompetent.
No. Looking above you as you go, this office space, there is a walkway that leads up to it, so you can swing onto that. You're still invisible. You can swing onto that and you can make your way inside this, what looks like it's like an overseer's office above a foundry warehouse. So that's sort of visual you can get from that. You can get to the top there and get to the door. The door is locked.
I have a whacking great warhammer, please.
At this point, why the hell not?
Fuck it. Make me an attack roll against
really really?
Why not?
Doesn't that dispel?
It's not the invisibility spell.
Also, no one has ever cast invisibility on Cleo before. She has no idea how it works. Can I at least say that I'm using the pointy end to try and prise the lock rather than just smashing?
No, I want you to just hit the door and go, fuck it, and just hit the door.
Do you know what? If that's what you'd like, that is what can happen.
It makes me, the thought of it makes me extremely happy.
Sure. I rolled another nat 19, so that's 26 to hit.
Yes, you impact the door.
Great.
I think it gets annihilated. Does it reduce?
I need to roll damage on the
Yes,
door.
you do. Yes, I'm afraid so.
Okay.
Whole damage, a d10 plus 5 is 10 points of damage.
Looking at the lock, you go, ooh, it's quite an intricate lock. There's not like, bang, gone, destroy it in one hit. Just like smash the fucking door.
Mechanism.
Couldn't give less of a shit about your lock, mate. Inside the office, you can see there is a sort of desk-like thing. It doesn't look like a classic desk because it's not made to be sat under, because Sevit doesn't really sit. So there's also like what looks like a bed, except it's not a bed because Sevit doesn't really sleep like that. It's more of a sort of cocoon style thing.
What does he do? Like pull his arms up around himself and make like a sort of onion bowl?
Yeah. That totally makes sense to me. Exactly what I want to do in my old age.
I am about to start ripping the room apart, looking for stuff. Before I do, I want the very first thing I do is to be in this room, be aware of what are the exit routes. So if someone starts thumping up the stairs, where can I go to get out? And then I want to be listening very, very hard for someone to come thumping up the stairs. And only when I have done those two things do I want to start rifling through the desk and throwing cocoon bedclothes around and looking for Dear Diary.
There is one door. There is also a bank of windows. Mm-hmm. They don't look like they've got like latching or opening closing systems, but in a pinch.
I have a habit.
Exactly. So you know where I'm going with this. Fine. So yes.
Do those windows look out on somewhere that I could theoretically, if I jumped through them, would there then be somewhere to run? It's not jumping into a dungeon or a dead end.
You'd be jumping back into the central space, which means you'd be jumping onto a pile of rubble and various walkways.
How far below? Like 40 feet or?
If not, then more.
I'm a monk. It's cool. Right. I will be aware of those things. I will listen out for anyone coming up, and then I would like to very, very quickly look at anything interesting or incriminating or in any way useful.
Now, can you roll me a perception check to be listening out for people coming up the stairs?
Yes, I can. Can it be invested? No.
No, it can't. Stop asking.
You don't want it to be. My wisdom's better. That's 14.
I will not stop asking.
No, not you. I know you're going to ask. If everyone else joins in as well, it's going to be a fucking nightmare. Can I roll something else? What was
a 14, which is the same as my passive anyway.
Fine, good. You're keeping an ear out. You're not quite sure how much of an ear you're able to keep out. You do note that you are still invisible.
This is good. We like being invisible.
Good. Right, now to look around the room, it is an investigation check.
I'm not the stupidest character I've ever played. Ooh, I'm really not the stupidest character I've ever played. That was a 16 on the dice, so an 18 total.
Very nice.
Right.
I know.
As you are digging around the room, tell me what you're looking for.
Dear
Sevit doesn't keep a diary.
No one
any kind of logs, invoices, transaction notes.
That's, yeah.
Maps.
The deed, the thing that gives him control of the island.
I mean, Cleo wouldn't have thought of that, but
I'd love it if you found it.
If I see it, then absolutely. Basically, anything with writing on that could be useful. I think rather than sort through and find the one perfect piece of paper, I want to be grabbing anything that looks useful.
Do you have a sort of bag or satchel or something?
Yes.
Great. You can start just shoveling papers. They're not it's not like Sevit's gone, here's a neat little tray over here. Like, he's not that kind of person. So you can just basically go, desk, shove it into the bag, and just try and get as much as you can in one go. Yeah, that's fine.
I want to go through the drawers as well, see if there's...
Sure. As you've done the first one and got like a big wodge of papers, you hear a sort of magical snap.
I did not check for traps. Cleo wouldn't. She doesn't do this kind of thing.
And Sevit steps through a dimension door.
Ooh, can I jump through the window, please, Chris, with the bag I've got?
You are invisible.
Oh.
How far away is Sevit? Is it like nose to nose, or is it on the other side of the room?
Other side of the room, by the door.
What does the desk currently look like?
A mess. Like it's definitely got less shit on it than I had before, but it's still a mess.
But I am currently holding a bag full of papers that is now invisible.
It's invisible because you're holding it, yes.
And I got it. It's not half on the desk.
Yes.
Then, how far away am I from the windows?
Well, the window is above the sort of desk, like big table, so it's only about 5 feet to your left. But you'd have to smash through glass.
How far away from the door that is now smashed lock?
20 feet.
Is Sevit's between me and the door or not? Because
Sevit's in the doorway.
Sevit is in the doorway. Cool. I would like to stay very, very, very still.
Sure.
Hold my breath. Mm-hmm. And if Sevit comes closer, back away. If there's a way round Sevit through the door, I'll take that. If not, I will jump through a window.
Sevit's quite a wide load, so very, very tall.
The window might be the way.
Very tall and very thin, but it's all arms. Right.
Oh, Lord.
That's a good place to go. Tension! Right. All the ones in hiding. You just crouching behind this thing. The survival check was very high.
Yes.
The stealth roll was very low, but the survival check was very high, so I'm factoring that in. Anyone do or say anything?
I really wish I didn't need a wee.
Why didn't you do an emergency wee before you left like the rest of us?
I know. Well, next time.
Can you just hold it?
Yes.
We currently need to figure out how to get back in touch with Cleo.
Cleo is still invisible.
Well,
that's good.
Yes, but that's not good for us. Well, I suppose she said that she would meet us.
I could turn it off.
There. No. No, I feel like Cleo will find Astel, maybe. She probably wouldn't be able to find us. Not right now.
Okay.
But
In front, because it's just you lot with a bit of metal that you're holding in front of you, like in the side of a corridor. So 25 on a survival. That's a very good roll.
Yeah.
You hear click-clacks moving down the hallways in front of you. There will be brief pressure on the plate that you're holding as something is climbing over it to keep going down. 25 survival. I'm keeping very well factored in. I think I need one more group stealth check. You still pass that a trace?
Yeah.
Terry is still there going, oh.
We have to save Terry.
We should have let Terry run away.
Terry's 2 years old. You lot are awful.
Oh, shit.
No. Why didn't we bring a child?
Oh, no, in Chewinga terms, that's quite old.
But still.
Is there any advantage from the fact that I'm running away visibly and knocking things over? And
Also,
I think that helps you. It doesn't help them.
Given that I'm not moving.
Oh, I see, because it's a distraction.
Yeah.
Okay, you can all have advantage. I see that. That does mean that you. I thought you were using it for you, Em. If you're using it for all of them, that's that.
Oh no, that was my big like. Oh look,
I'm a distraction. I'm the distraction.
I understand. Okay.
I thank you for that distraction because I'd rolled a natural one. I rolled an 8. So it's an 18 with Terry.
Okay, so that's an 18.
Can I get an actual advantage because
no, Ed, you can't have extra advantage because you asked nicely. That's not how this works.
I thought it's because we weren't moving. That was the point of
that was my argument.
Oh, I see.
That's the problem.
No.
Always.
just even just breathing in heavy armor, you might be.
Heavy armor scratching your nose.
It's not that good, but it is a 28, which is probably about as high as I'm ever going to go on a stealth roll. Because I'm not moving, I would suggest.
He's rolled well. 28. Etelis, what did you get?
18.
Is that with the plus 10?
Yes.
Wow.
Yeah, that's like I rolled a nat 1. Then you said we had advantage, and then I was like, okay, and I rolled an 8. Okay? I'm concentrating very hard on holding this thing, okay?
Tom?
I'll take my previous roll, which is a dirty 20.
Very nice.
Click-clacks move around and buzz this corridor, and you can feel the pressure as they're running after. And you can hear Astor going, did you shout anything? You just knock things over. What's the...
Surely it's the catchphrase of the thing now.
Sevit, I've come to parlay.
That wasn't the one that I meant, but that's even better.
All right.
As I run away, it makes no logical sense, but never mind.
The click-clacks don't know.
You can hear heavy footsteps going down the corridor, and you also hear...
Oh, I hate it. I'm just going to keep running, knocking things over, shouting.
Not you, Astor. You're running. You don't know what's going on. This is the people in the corridor.
Oh, thank God. I thought that was coming for me. If it's coming for you, that's better. From my point of view.
Astor out.
It sounds like it stopped directly in front of your panel.
Oh, man.
Just hold your nerve. Nobody make any trumpeting sounds.
Yeah, I'm going to do that. I'm going to do that. I haven't done that yet. 28.
I know you're here. We have a deal with Sevit that is very important to us. But I have no interest in getting involved in your politics. So, don't make a mess of our deal, and we'll leave you alone.
The figure will start walking down the corridor and away again. I will say, I rolled. It's only fair. They're quite high level.
Right.
Really?
Yeah.
And basically, also what we've just done is like 4 students essentially have just hidden behind a piece of metal, admittedly in a load of other pieces of metal, and just stayed there. Oh wow!
It's like if you're under the covers, then monsters in the bed can't get you, so just stay.
Yeah.
That is exactly. That's basically how it feels. I think certainly to Book.
Astal,
Yeah.
you're running.
Yeah.
As you're running, you will hear a couple of sort of crack noises that you don't necessarily recognize. It's gone, you're being shot at. Right, let's get some rolls in. Let's see what we've got. 18 to hit you?
Okay.
Are you joking?
You can use shield. I'm not stopping you.
I would have been glad of that and my armor in that situation.
You're not here. You are the problem.
Hooray, it's not me for once.
Yeah, I will cast shield, which makes my AC a 21.
Cool. As you hear this, you cast shield. You're not sure what you're casting shield against exactly, but something ricochets off your shield.
It's very similar to how the fire magic like made a very close, like basically just avoided people but went around them. The shield, it's almost like it's bang on the skin, so it hits.
Ooh.
Yeah.
Wow. You feel the impact and you feel the indentation, but it doesn't breach the skin, so it'll bruise. Awful.
Bruise from a gunshot. That's awesome.
Yeah, they are pretty awful. Bulletproof vests give you the bruises. A 9 won't hit you. You hear another crack and one sails overhead. And a 20. Again, one impacts you and probably knocks you down, but you keep up and keep going. Roll me a dex save as you're throwing things over, running around these walkways. Are you heading back towards the chain you climbed up?
21. Am I heading back towards where?
Are you heading back towards the chain where you tried to climb up?
Yeah.
So back the way you came, literally.
Yeah.
Cool. With a 21, you dodge, jump, leap, and manage to avoid falling or anything like that, and you manage to get to the chain, although you now hear the buzzing and the click-clack of the feet behind you as well. The gunshots have stopped.
How far is it down the chain?
500 feet.
You're joking.
It's huge, and it goes a really long way.
Is it like vertically, or is it horizontally?
Angle.
45.
Is there still land underneath?
Where you are now, no.
Joking.
But with Featherfall, you can move yourself horizontally.
Oh,
Can you?
Yeah, have a look at it.
It's fast. It'll be faster. I could just pull myself on along the chain.
Well, basically falling quite slowly.
A falling creature's rate of descent slows to 60 feet per round. That's the same speed as I'm dashing.
Yeah.
I could just pull myself along the chain.
I have no problem with that if you want to do that.
Sweet. That's so cool.
It is my last spell slot that isn't, feet based, but sure, why not?
Nice.
Off you go.
Let's do it.
You just leap off the side.
Yeah, I'm just going to abandon them all. Oh boy. Wow. Yeah, I do just jump off the side and then cast Featherfall.
And someone has to survive. That's what we.
The chain is so big. It's not an overhead. It's more of a sort of grabbing onto bits and pulling yourself. Yeah. You're desperately trying to pull yourself forward because the falling's fine. It's the going forward that's the problem.
I'm currently the weight of a feather, so.
Even so, you have to grab hold of bits of metal that are too big for you to go one hand. We're talking two hands and pulling yourself forward.
Yeah, but the actual pull is easy. Once I've got hold of it, the actual pull is easy because I don't weigh anything.
Then you might overextend and go cartwheeling. It's either way. This is not going to be easy. I'm not leaving away with this being easy. Roll me an athletics
I cast
check.
one of my only first level spells on it, Chris. Can it be acrobatics instead, please? I'm proficient in acrobatics. You said cartwheeling.
Go on. Why not? Go on.
Watch me roll a 1.
You did?
Oh, yeah.
No. Oh.
Well, we're going to find out what's down below really quickly.
Yeah.
On the plus side, that's a 6 rather than a -1, which is what it would have been with athletics.
Dear God.
You jump off, you Featherfall, you go, I'm going to pull myself on this cable. Whoop! Shit! As you miss the cable entirely and just go.
Okay.
You just go.
All right, then.
practically gods. Here we go.
Looking above you, you can see Click-Clacks come to the edge of the platform and are leaping off to go after you.
Before I get too far away, I'll Misty step back to the chain.
Sorry?
Before I get too far away, I'll Misty step back to the chain.
Is that
It doesn't matter because they're all reactions and nobody's decreed how many turns we're doing.
But you can do a Misty Step without casting a spell slot, because I thought it was your last spell slot.
I technically don't have any second level spell slots, Chris. It's from a feat.
Feat.
Oh, lovely. Okay. Then, as you should fall off, you can then Misty Step when there's still 30 feet away. That's fine. Back onto the chain.
Way to
do you want to Misty Step onto the chain, saying that the spell will end? Or do you want to Misty Step to a point where you're like, I'll try this again, trying to pull yourself down the chain again?
They think I've fallen. They're following the falling.
Yep.
I suddenly disappear. They've got no idea where I am. There's no reason to continue falling. I might as well Misty Step just to somewhere on the chain.
Are you trying to hide on the chain?
And hide, yeah.
It's called roll me stealth check.
10.
There's a magical glow. You glow with light as you do this, and you reappear. Click-Clacks will swarm down the chain and find you pretty quickly. They're not going to attack you. What they're going to try and do is, what they did the first time, is try and grab hold of you and put you in the basket on their backs. Do you resist?
Yeah, I'm going to start climbing down the chain.
Cool. They are faster than you because they can fly. One is going to try and grab you with an athletics check. So it's acrobatics athletics to not be grabbed.
Dear Lord, these dice hate me today. 12.
Yeah. You are grabbed, placed.
Oh.
Right.
You can struggle.
Sevit, I would like to parlay.
Face down.
Perfect.
Cool. Cleo.
Hello.
In the office. Sevit is right there.
Oh, God.
Looks at the door.
Not like that, but yeah.
Looks into the room. Turns around and looks down the walkway.
Nice.
I'm also good at spelling. Oh, no!
Oh. Suddenly you hear a... Look at the door. Walk over towards the desk. Get real close. Do you jump? Do you turn? Do you hold? What do you do?
How
break the safety glass. Break the safety glass.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear that.
Sorry.
How close is real close?
Oh,
5 feet, 1 foot there? Like, what are we talking?
5 feet.
I can handle 5 feet, okay.
Gets closer as he moves to the desk, 1 foot, just real close, real close. He's not looking at you, he's looking at the desk.
Can I make an insight check to see if he knows I'm there?
Sure.
Because if he's about to go that I want to jump. Can I have advantage because I'm scared? Oh, it's another 19 on the dice, so
My
that is
God.
25.
He just looks perturbed that his desk appears to be stuff's been taken off his desk. And you can hear him say, because you're really close to him, you can hear him say, and you're not breathing, obviously, so you can say, no. He reaches under the desk and pops something, and a secret drawer pops out a side. And he goes in, looks through various things in there. There's a little smile. And then he closes the drawer. Looks around, looks at the drawer, and will then walk through and close the door. And just hold it close so I can go, leave it slightly ajar. And will then start walking down the walkway and away.
Oh, I didn't need to be holding my breath.
Well, at least his lock's okay.
I've heard him properly walk away.
You think so?
I would like to see if I can mimic his action and pop out that little secret drawer in his desk.
Uh-huh.
I know it is trapped, but Cleo has never robbed a room before. Rebecca, in character, has countless times, but we're just going to go straight over and see if she can.
As you reach under the desk to try and unlock the secret drawer, roll me a sleight of hand check, please.
Sleight of hand.
Now is the time to get another 19 or 20.
I've only got. Oh, it's dex based. It's 14, so a total of 19.
Oh.
As you reach under the desk, looking for some secret thing that you don't know how it works.
Mm-hmm.
That's where I'll end for today.
Oh, you're joking. Oh, man.
Still kidnapped.
I'll be fine. I mean, I've not got any spells left, but I'll be all right.
These 3 plus 2 hangers on are pretending to be a wall.
We're scenery.
Oh, yeah.
On the plus side, I didn't just fall off, so you know.
Well, that was a 1 from the... Oh, that was
had your first encounter with yes.
The Deathless.
The Deathless and their mysterious commander.
Thanos, obviously.
Thanos. Theratos.
Anyway, thank you very much for joining us today, everybody. Join us next time for finding out how this goes. This seems to be going fine. Mondays we're into Ali's show. We're into A Distorted Revelation. So it might be in week 3 already by now. So, catch it now. 2 more weeks and then it's gone for good. And then in 2 weeks' time we have a new show. I'm not sure I can talk about it yet, so I won't say anything, but I know it's going to be good. So enjoy that on Mondays. We're on Tuesdays, obviously, and on Fridays we have Talk Together or Talking as a Free Action. Our chat shows, all shows start at 6 p.m. GMT, and the games run 3 hours-ish, and the talk show runs an hour-ish. So join us for all those. Well, no, it's not exactly, because only you care about that.
Look, someone once upon a time introduced a badge. Of course I care.
I understand. I believe it was Tom.
Also, people in the chat have talked about making an actual badge, which I think is just throwing the cat among the pigeons. We're like, actual physical feelies.
Give it to me.
It's got to be one of those. It's got to be like a medallion that's like, I've got it. It's bigger than my lapel, and I don't care. Yeah, it's
a Flavor Flav cock.
It's a Flavor Flav cock. Yes. Anyway, that's our shows. You can find all of our shows at twitch.tv/rolltogetherrpg or watch them archived at youtube.com/rolltogetherrpg, or they're available as podcasts. Just search for Roll Together RPG. There you go. We're on all the socials, including TikTok, because we're young and hip and cool.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
You're really taking credit for Tom there.
Yeah, I'm young and cool.
The young, hip and cool one here, definitely.
Tom isn't the youngest person here.
Understood.
I am the hippest.
Oh, are you? Okay. No, that's fine.
Look at that headset.
If on a scale of 1 to hip, you're the hippest, then I accede completely. I'm not hip.
You have difficulty seeing over your pelvis.
At the best of times.
Ladies and gentlemen.
Do you hear what you said before you say it, Ed?
No,
Quick, please, lads.
Many thanks to our sponsors and supporters, including the D20 Club. You let this madness happen. Thank you so much for being who you are and wonderful, and it's great to have you. Right, we're going now. Bye.
I'm so sorry.